Hello, everyone. Hi. How are you? What are you all doing? What's new and exciting? What's happening? What's the word? Hey, everybody. I just noticed that
Name game.
there have been some resubs right about now, and since there have been some resubs, I am going to sing the name game. Come on, everybody. I say now, let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F, or an M will appear. And then I say bo at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fan, or info. Then I say the name again with an F, very plain, then a fee, fi, and a
Name
mo.
game.
And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can't rhyme. Do I have any? But if the first two, I do. But if the first two letters are ever the same, I drop them both and say the name. I like Bob. Bob, drop the B's, Bob, or Fred. Fred, drop the F's, for red, or Mary. Mary, drop the M's, mo airy. That's the only rule that is contrary. Half-housed hermit, half-housed hermit, half-housed hermit, both half-housed hermit, banana fan, full half-housed hermit, fee, fi, mo, half-housed hermit, half-housed hermit. Now myriad streams, both by myriad streams, banana fan, full five furious streams, fee, fo, my myriad streams. Now myriad streams. Will worry, bo bill worry, banana fan, fo, fil worry, fee, fi, mo, mil worry. Will worry. The name game. Hey, everybody. How are you? Happy for the what? Like, we got a whole full year from Half Hour Smart, which is amazing. And also, now Mary Streams, thank you for that sub. BP Phantom 16, look at you. Will Worry, thank you for 4 months in a row. But I also notice we have some bits. Oh yeah, virtual hell. I've got the Infect shirt, right? Like it's a little bit of nostalgia from the old days because come on, Infect. Who doesn't love Infect? It's such a oh, I haven't actually ever lost the facial hair. I funny I said it's good to see the facial hair back, but I haven't lost the facial hair at all. It's just that I uh I just used that Snapchat filter to get rid of it once, but like I still have facial hair. Come on now. Marky Mark as God says, no one told me this props could sing. You know, it's one of those things. You hang out with it a little bit, So now, hold on. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything because also I've got bits to sing for, which I'm very excited about. And also, hey, Nymeria Streams, how are you? Yay! The word is stubborn, bunny. What? There could be stubbornness. Poor first would always being treated as it weren't there. It's true. Poor first letter. Hey, welcome to, how is your, Hawkeye? How is your, I want to call you Kai Hawk, but I should call you Hawkeye. But how is your home office? What is it like? How is it? This is all. Uh, so let me see. So PH, you can see how easy it is to get. So Paladin Hulk has been playing the Long Dark, inspired by this run through, and found himself over encumbered while wandering around out in the world. And I just feel like it's really easy to get over encumbered because it's like they won't let you carry anything. And I feel like PH probably understands my pain right now. I feel like this is, bonding moments. There's a lot of something that goes on here. Ooh, oh, it is true. Marcus God. I'm gonna sing actually something right now because we just got some bits, and I have a song that I sing for the bits. Facial hair of invisibility. Now you say, shh. I'm glad you're here, Tunamiria Streams. The smugness. It is nearly impossible to not be over encumbered. It's really hard not to be over encumbered in that game. Like in some games, I can carry like 18 tons, 16 tons, and what do you get? Like just it's fine. But in the long dark, you can barely carry anything. Just like, oh, let me just pick up an empty cup, and they're like, you're over encumbered, and you sprain your ankle. And I was like, what's up with that? It's the worst. Uh, L-shaped desk with hutch. Ooh, nice. We'll post pics soon. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Got the gaming streaming PC set up today. Wait, Rissa, are you saying that PH learned it from watching me? Hey, Schmelza, how are you? I know. So, here's the thing. Rissa donated 25 bits, and when people donate bits on the stream, I sing "We're in the Money," as sung by Ginger Rogers from the film Gold Diggers in 1933, which means I sing it in Pig Latin. And so, airway in. Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm copying with my left hand. It's ooh, level hype train emote. Cool. I just got a hype train emote. I'm so excited about that. Wait. Stupid ankles may carry 5 deer carcasses and a rabbit. I know, right? That's all I'm saying. I just want to carry all the deer carcasses, the rabbit, all the things. But as I was saying, airway and hey the anime. Airway and hey the anime. I way up, gale up, way up, way up, way up, way x to ute at gale young way. Airway and hey the anime. I the ice skates are on say. Oh man, did he ask and pray, ooh, they are a woo, they you stay on way young way. I way ever ni bread lands lay, way at brands lay, ute day. And when we see the end, the order will look left, the eye right in the eye, where in the money. We're in the money. We've got a lot of what it takes to get along. Oh, thank you for that. Oh, so exciting. By the way, I'm going to stall for like 5 minutes probably, because I'm going to just stretch my wrist because I want to stretch my wrist before I start everything because I'm being responsible and doing all my wrist stretches is what I'm doing. So there we go. Shawl tells Getting Friends' Eye, the artist. Wait, Shawl Tales? Shawl Tales, you were once Origami Shuriken, but now you are Shawl Tales? I get it, because you make shawls, but like, you've just changed your name. What is even the world anymore? Nobody knows. I honor and respect your name change. Uh, so that's all. I find people's choices of online handles. Me too, PH. Namir says, if you pick up a person, does that double your encumbrance limit or count against it? This is a very good question. I feel like it should just give you more encumbrance. Like you should be able to have as much encumbrance as you want. I feel like. So I was thinking about something about online handle names, and I was thinking about how. By the way, I want to cut down a couple of rabbit holes when it came to YouTube the other day, but I was thinking about how, uh, like, my online handle, Trooper6, Trooper SJP, some variant of Trooper, I've had that longer than I've had my current first name since I legally changed my first name. I don't know, like 2002, 2003, but I've been Trooper for like a really long time. Isn't that weird? So hold on, I didn't check what time it was. 50. Okay, 150. So like I just think that's interesting that like what do you do with that? That's interesting to me. uh Try to pick up Trud. I don't want to pick up the old trapper because the old trapper is weirdly obsessed with bears in a way that I feel like is unhealthy, and I'm a little bit worried about it. Listen, these are the questions I ask myself. uh just felt like it was time for a social media makeover. Now it matches my Etsy shop name. Oh, interesting. That makes sense. I don't technically have unified branding because there's both an academic foxhole and there's Trooper SJP. But for me, it all makes sense because the academic foxhole is the place, and then I am Trooper SJP. So I feel like it just makes sense to have two different names, uh, one for the place and then one for me. So I'm not bothered by it. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna just right now do these exercises, and I'm gonna be in a little bit of pain while I do them.
Come on to my
But we're
house.
gonna pretend like it's fine. By the way, come on to my house, come on. Come on to my house, come on. Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you candy. Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you everything. Boo ba doo ba doo boo boo ba doo ba doo boo boo ba doo ba doo boo ba doo ba doo ba doo. Hey, Raid, what is going on, Raiders, what is happening?
Somebody's watching me.
I'm being raided right now. I feel like, I always feel like somebody's watching me, and I have no privacy. Whoa, I always feel that somebody's watching me. Tell me, is it just a dream? Ba-da-da-ba-pow. Ooh, hello, Raiders. What? The grinning moon. The grinning moon. Okay, so the grinning moon. First off, that moon, it's grinning. I just thought I'd share that with you. It seems like it has a secret, and that secret is full of grins. I would like to know, what were you streaming before you came here? And I want to know. Let me know. Hawkeye says, yeah, this is the same screen name I've had since my old
Somebody's
AOL
watching
days.
me.
Ooh, Snevid8. I always feel that somebody's watching me, and I have no privacy. Whoa, I always feel that somebody's watching me. Tell me, is it just a dream? I'm just doing my little exercises, so if I am not.
Somebody's watching me.
First off, Harmony TP, thank you very much. You know what? I have this feeling. And the feeling is that I always feel that somebody's watching me, and I have no privacy. Whoa, I always feel that somebody's watching me. Tell me, is it just a dream? Ba-da-ba-pow. Thank you for the follow. Hey, all you follows. So wait, Grinning Moon, what were you streaming before you came here on the place? Why am I even... First off, Rissa, you are not even old. I don't even believe it. Ooh, drinks. Ooh, thanks for those. Thanks for passing out the drinks, Hawkeye. That is very nice. Oh, Resident Evil Zero. Oh, oh. Well, that's interesting. Huh. Welcome in. So are you're okay. I need to ask you a question, Grinning Moon. It's important. It's not important. I mean, it may or may not be important. I don't know what your thoughts are. But here's my question for you. Since you're playing the Resident Evil, many people always like to... There's a thing that people like to say all the time. They're like, there have never been any good video game movies. All video game movies are bad. And I'm like, I really liked Silent Hill. I thought that was really good. And I also really liked the Tomb Raider movies, so I thought those were really good. So, like, I am not like negatively inclined towards video game movies categorically, but I think the question I would like to ask is, I have never seen any of the Resident Evil movies, but there've been a gazillion of them, right? Like that's Mila Jovovich, right? There's been a lot of Tomb Raider movies, and not Resident Evil movies. Have you seen any? Do you like them? Are they good? They seem to be doing well, but I do not know because I've not seen one. I mean, but people seem to like it. I'm just saying. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and foes, says Sal, honored guests, and well, honored guests. It's the one, the only, the rambling, instead of playing the game, because who plays the game, son? Twitch is Trooper SJP. Hey, Sal, how are you? Yeah, see, TechScrum says there have been good video game movies. I agree, right? Gritty Moon says Silent Hill was amazing, one of my favorite films. Oh, yeah, the Silent film was real good. I mean, we can have discussions about how I like that film quite a lot. We have a chance again today once he does his wrist. Yeah. And right now I'm just icing my wrist because I'm supposed to ice it like 3 times a day. And so I will as we chat a little bit. The first Resident Evil is pretty good. Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen it, but I mean, people seem to like it. Oh, Sad Panda. They ruined the rest. Oh. It's a good popcorn action flick, the first release. I've not seen any of them, but I like Mia Jovovich. I like her. So, okay, so the thing about this first Silent Hill. So I will say that I've never played the first Silent Hill, right? Because that generation of console, I was on the Xbox rather than the PS2. And so I didn't have access to the first Silent Hill, but I did have access to Silent Hill 2, but not 3, but then 4. So for some reason, only the even Silence Hill came to the Xbox. I don't know why. But I loved 2. Like 2 was my favorite. I loved it. I loved it. Yeah, I'm just icing it. It's not quite on par with Die Hard though. Resident Evil movies were turned into more action flicks. The first one was a solid thriller. The second one over the top action that just kind of got janky. Oh, interesting. I remember the first one pretty well. Saw a few others and had no memories beyond it. I did not enjoy this. No, I was in the Xbox. The hills are silent to deafen your screaming. The hills are alive with the sound of static, radio static, and then zombies, and then like Pyramid Head, and then screaming. And sorry, but yeah, I loved Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 2, it's one of my favorite horror games. I love that one. But what was interesting, so here's what I think is interesting. They added Pyramid Head to the first Silent Hill movie, which I was not mad about because why wouldn't you? It's fine. I was okay. Yeah, so Gritty Moon says Silent Hill 2 is easily my top 5 horror games. So good. I love that game. It's so good. Thank you for putting up with my dumb, random, off-kilter music references. Sal, this is what I'm here for. If I can't have dumb, random, off-kilter music references, I don't know. I think I'm failing at life. That's all I'm saying. Now, what's interesting about the Silent Hill movie, and this I thought was really fascinating, and I would love your thoughts about the ways in which sexism works. And it was that when they made the movie, as you know, in the original Silent Hill, Dude, whose name I cannot remember, Dude, is like looking for his daughter, right? And he's like wandering around looking for his daughter. He's like, are you my daughter? Whatever, right? And hey, Shinobi. And so it's like, dad looking for his daughter has been kidnapped in Silent Hill, blah, 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 blah. But for the movie, they replaced him with the mom. So like the mom is the person who's running around looking for, is the protagonist who's looking for the daughter. They added Sean Bean as the dad, but he's kind of like on the side. James Sunderland is in Silent Hill 2. James is from Silent Hill 2. I can't remember what the main character's name is in Silent Hill 1 though. Are you my daughter? Have you seen my daughter? I believe that voice acting was a little bit wooden. I believe. I will watch the other Resident Evil movies just because they're so bad. So in the same way, I will watch the Mario Brothers movies multiple times. Oh, are those Ube Bowl or not? So the dad character died 20 minutes. I don't think he did, but he wasn't ever transported to Silent Hill. Like he was on the real world, not the Silent Hill world. Anyway, but here's the point. They switched it from like a dad protagonist to a mom protagonist. And here's why. I was reading an interview with the director, the French guy. I think it was the French guy who was director. And he said this thing that I was like, really? Really? He said they had to swap the gender of the protagonist because he said they had to swap the gender of the protagonist from a dad to a mom because Americans would not accept the idea of a dad being scared and running. And so, because, in the Silent Hill movie, you run a lot and you're scared a lot because there are zombies chasing you. And they said that while in Japan, it's totally fine for men to be scared and run away and like also care about their children, that American audiences are not interested in seeing men who A, care about their children that much, and B, are scared and run. And I was like, wow, that's gross. But also, I totally would have watched that movie. Yeah, I was just like, come on, what's wrong with you? Yeah, Sean Bean only dies in like 20% of the movies he's in. It's just common enough that the actor is recognizable. Yeah, right, yes. Grinning Moon says, woof, yeah, I thought the whole mother is God in the eyes of the child concept just worked a lot better. Yeah, Harry Mason, thank you, Sean Bean, Harry Mason. It is gross, but it's not entirely untrue. The thing is, I wonder though, do you know what I mean? Like, I wonder. Because if Americans don't want to see dads who care about their children, why do we have like 5 Taken movies? Oh, but see, the difference is Shaw Tales in that movie, when somebody takes his child, he just goes on a murder spree. He's like, I'll just murder everybody. Whereas in Silent Hill, he just runs a lot from monsters, Yes, they care about violence. Thank you, Mary Streams. That's exactly what it is. Because that's a dad being action hero, not a horror protagonist. Yeah. Yeah, also, Carlin is correct, because he's not taking care of his children. He's getting revenge. Yeah. And the thing is, the thing that gets me though, and this is the question I have. I have a question, and it has to do with the Avengers, my favorite TV show of all time. And twice now, with regard to the Avengers, people have said, "Oh, this is what Americans want," and it was bad. So, and Americans didn't like it. And twice this has happened with regard to the what if the dad is a marathon runner and the monsters have no hope of catching him? As long as they had the theme song for Chariots of Fire, I think it would be fine, right? Just da 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 da. Okay, look. So the Avengers, the TV show, the '60s spy show. I have to tell you this because it upset me so much twice. So when Diana Rigg left the Avengers, right after series 5, Sal says, when men in conservative spaces say they'll do anything for their families, they mean they'll fight cyber ninja terrorists or whatever, not wash the dishes. Okay, but look, okay, so look, here's the thing, right? So in the Avengers, Diana Rigg leaves, right? So the Avengers series 4 and 5 are aired in the United States with Diana Rigg as Mrs. Peel. Huge, massive impact. The United States goes gaga over it. It's like one of the first non-US TV shows shown on network TV on prime time. It's massive hit. Everybody loves it. And then Diana Rigg leaves at the end of series 5 because A, she wasn't getting paid well, and she was like, I don't need this, and B, she was like, whatever. So she leaves, and then the producers say, we have to bring in a new partner for Mr. Steed who is specifically made for Americans. And so they're like, okay, so we need to pick somebody who's going to appeal to the American audience. And the Americans don't want a woman who like has karate and is independent and can beat up people. They want somebody who's very feminine and passive. And so they create the character Tara King, who is super young, like a freshly minted trainee out of spy school, tends to be a damsel in distress an awful lot, can't really fight. Her idea of fighting is like hitting somebody on the head with her purse, but the purse is a brick in it. Haha. It's just like, it was just a lot of like, it was a lot of that. And here's the thing. Americans didn't like the show. Everyone thought that Americans wanted some kind of super aggressive woman, but Americans didn't like it. They thought it was bad, and then the show was canceled. So like, they said that Americans wanted this thing, but we clearly did not want that thing. We thought that was terrible. So like, here's a thought. Grinning Moon says, I think they were trying to go head to head with the Resident Evil movies in the box office and wanted to give themselves the best chance. That's entirely possible, Grinning Moon, yeah. There's no actors as pretty as the real Emma. Grinning Moon says, personally, I don't think it would have lessened the film for a male. I don't think so either. I think you could have done it, and I think it might have been really interesting. To act, I think it could have been very interesting. Unspoken truth, strong men love strong women. Mm-hmm. So they swapped out a badass kung fu woman for a comedy damsel woman. Yeah, and then the show was canceled, right? I mean, that's what happened. The United States, it didn't pick up, didn't renew it, the show got canceled. So then here is the second example of people saying what Americans want, and I thought it was terrible. And it was for the film version of The Avengers, which I did not feel like I needed to see because I read lots of interviews with the people before the movie came out, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm not going to watch this movie. I'm not going to watch this movie at all because I'm actually offended already by this movie, and I haven't even seen it yet, and I can't. And what they said was that for the film version of the Avengers, they had to make some changes to the original concept, because they said, first off, rather than making Mrs. Peel a spy, they just kind of like make her a doctor that like works, like a scientist that works with Mr. Steed. And I was like, I don't like that, but go on. And then they said, oh yeah, and in this show we have to make them kiss because Americans don't like sexual tension that isn't resolved. So we can't just have them be flirtatious. They have to kiss at the end of the movie, or Americans won't like it because Americans don't like subtlety. And I was like, really? That's just not true. I mean, that TV show Moonlighting was like, everybody loved Moonlighting for like 5 seasons until Maddie and Addison finally got together, and then they didn't like it anymore. I'm just saying, people say all the time that Americans like X, Y, or Z, and I'm just not always convinced that what they think we like is actually true. Those are my thoughts and feelings on that, because come on. If they actually, Sal says, if they actually do that Bloodborne show, they need to make sure it has a female lead because the entire game is themed around the concept of motherhood. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, right. Bullcrap, how do you inspire sequels? Thank you, Hawkeye. And also, I sometimes people say, oh yeah, Americans don't like this or like that. And I was like, who? I just don't, always believe it. Do you know what I mean? I don't always believe it. Uh, yeah, I just don't always believe it. I sometimes think that people misread things. You know, I think they're like, oh, people liked. Oh, okay. Here's a great example. Grinning Moon says, I think being aware of the audience is important, and most executives just want to maintain established quo. Yes, most of them are aiming to please the lowest common denominator. Yes. Shui says, I have to say this old did like the first two Resident but the other ones I don't. And the thing is, I just think that people, you did like them. I have to see them because I've heard good things. By the way, 3 minutes. Um, one of the things that gets me though is that executives often don't know what people want. They think they know, but they often don't know. Like the music industry has a 90% failure rate in all the albums they put out, right? They put out music and like 90% of the stuff they put out fails to make music because they're actually not nearly as good at predicting what will be good as they think they are. And I think that's one of the tricky things that sometimes they get the wrong message. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes they think, uh, I think a good example of that was the first Deadpool movie, right? The first Deadpool movie comes out, makes a huge amount of money, is very, very successful. And I remember reading some executive who was like, oh, yeah, Deadpool, that was really successful because there was cursing in it. And I was like, no, I don't think that's why. If you think it was successful because there was cursing in it, I think you have missed a bunch of stuff, right? Like I think there were a number of things that made Deadpool successful, and I don't think it was just that there was cursing in it. But I think that sometimes I think that sometimes producers are not as good as executives are not as good at guessing why people like things than they think they are. Hawkeye says, "Who are these dunderheads asking about what we Americans like?" I don't even know. Ice Bunny says, maybe Hollywood should not make so many EU films that European producers assume what the American public likes and whatnot. Oh, Ice Bunny, there are EU films in every country. I lived in Germany. There are a lot of crappy films that come out of Germany. We just don't get in the United States. We tend to only import German films that'll probably be nominated for the best foreign film Oscar. But like Germany makes crap film. Like everybody makes crap films. Everybody makes like bad TV. I think that basically I just don't think the United States is special in either being the best ever or the worst ever. I think it's convenient to imagine that, but I don't think it's true. I'm worried they won't though, because gritty melee action horror protagonist has to be a dude. Let's ignore the alien franchise. Oh, Sal, I get it. PH says, I looked at the list of video game movies and Detective Pikachu was on there. That's a good one. Oh, I heard people really like that Pikachu movie. Hawkeye says, if cussing is all you need to succeed, Eddie Murphy would have a dozen Oscars. Right. I just feel like people don't always get what it is that the appeal is of a thing. They guess, but I don't think they always guess right. Isn't that what focus and testing groups are for? Ooh, costs money, right. Yes, but also, even when they do focus testing, sometimes they don't listen to the focus testing. Sometimes focus testing are like, oh, wait, that wasn't, sometimes people are, I mean, ooh, another prime example is Justice League Snyder's Cut. Yeah. No, that's another good point. A lot of people are like, ooh, yeah, yes. Sal says the funny comment that broke the fourth wall a lot. Sure, that was probably because the funny man said bad words, right? And I also think one of the reasons why Deadpool was successful is because it didn't have that final act problem that a lot of the superhero movies had, wherein you have this interesting movie and at the very end they're like, oh, we need to have a massive battle sequence wherein the world is threatened and we're going to spend like all of our special effects budget in the last 20 minutes and it drags on too long. And Deadpool did not do that. They had a big action sequence, but it was like very contained, and I felt like the scope was very good for Deadpool, and they did a lot of really good character work. I did like the first two because they retold the first two game histories from a new perspective. Oh, that sounds fun. Yes, but we know Germany damage. Ice Bunny, in the United States, we do not tend to think that foreign films are bad at all. In the United States, we tend to think that foreign films are all fancy because we don't tend to import our bad films from Europe. We tend to only import like prestige films, whereas, I have a thought about that. I'm gonna just say I have a thought about that. Marky Marcus God says, we're in an era at the moment where nobody really knows what will work. That is true. It's sort of a new Hollywood, Wild West period where idiosyncratic films, TV, you might as well just go for it. And I've heard successful people in the industry run with that conceit. Oh, that's 100% true. Sort of what Frank Zappa described, weird 1960s music and execs. Uh, Not that I'm into Zappa really at all. Although I feel like Zappa is super smart and interesting, and there are things about Zappa that I think are super cool, you know? Rissa says, yeah, Stacey really liked the first Deadpool movie, and she's not big on cursing or violence. I think that had to do with Ryan Reynolds and his love for the character comic. Mm-hmm. Sal says, and they did the gag where Deadpool forgot his guns because it wasn't the budget. Yeah, right? Yes. Void Smoker says, hey, Void Smoker, how are you? It's years since I watched a Swedish movie. Let the Right One In was the last one. Oh, that's a good one. Um, yeah, that was such a good one. And so one of the things I think about, so when I lived in Germany, I just think I'm always really fascinated by what countries want other countries to be. And when I was in Germany, so that was 92 to 97, what I thought was really interesting is that um, in Germany, they really mostly imported our crappiest media. Like this was so the 90s, and we had some really good TV, but they did not import it. They imported Baywatch and Knight Rider and I don't know, more David Hasselhoff stuff. I suppose that's what happened. But they mostly just imported like are just kind of like our worst films. Like some are just like just the worst quality stuff. And we only like I did not know that there was a lot of crappy German film and television because we never got that in the United States. We only got like the most prestige stuff. And I asked my friends, was like my friends, of course, my German friends would always be a little bit snobbish and be like, yeah, you in the United States, you have no culture. Like you have no good media. You have no good anything. You have no good food. Everything in the United States is crappy. And I was like, we have a lot of great stuff. You just don't import it for some reason. Instead, you import our trashiest stuff so that you can feel superior, right? So that you can feel like, uh, yeah. Whereas, I don't know, we have this myth of Europe, so we import all their like fancy stuff. It was just kind of it was weird. It was a very strange thing, is what I would say about that. And I was less than excited about it, I must say. Um, the Trabi films, oh yeah. Also, I got my second COVID shot today, and I took like an hour nap, and now I'm not tired at all, and I'm disappointed. I mean, I just had the one shot. So I'm like, okay. First one, Germany, don't hassle the Hoff. Mm. Marky Mark says, I can't think of a ton of German filmmakers I'm really into past Fassbender and Herzog. Is practically American director at this point. Um, ooh, so so when it comes to German directors, of course Fassbender, right, is amazing. We're gonna just go to the long dark and uh, wander. Fassbender, of course, there's this woman, Margarita von Trotta, who's really good, and I really like her. She's done some great stuff. Big fan. Um, I feel like I should cook this fish while I'm here because if I'm going to be here, I might as well just cook the fish. And maybe also make some water. Do you know what I mean? Like just oh, I need this cooking pot for water because it'll give me more. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Let's just put a whole bunch of water in here. There we go. Cook. Nice. Um, uh, no, Fassbender's not alive. It's kind of amazing he lived as long as he did, which was not long. Yeah. So Fassbender, amazing stuff. Margaret Pontrata has done some really good films. Of course, Herzog. Ooh. Uh, if you haven't, one of my favorite Herzog films is Fitzcarraldo, and that's him and Klaus Kinski, and it's about a guy that's sort of obsessed with, like, they have to like carry a boat over a mountain. It's like in the rainforest. It's very intense, very intense. How are you doing, guy? Just you should relax there a little bit. Uh, that's all. Hey, Chromatic Chameleon, how are you? Oh, thank you, Agira Wrath of God. Thank you, Nymeria Streams. Agira Wrath of God is that movie is really good. That's another really really good one. I like that. Ooh, that's a good one. I'm going to I'm gonna craft one. Just one. A Gear Wrath of God, that's another good one. Who else in terms of German filmmakers? What am I thinking of? How you doing? Okay, fish is doing well. And the story about how it was made, oh my gosh, yeah, that was just I'm gonna eat this, by the way. Right, here I am, eating my fish. I'm feeling very good about my life right now. Uwe Boll, Void Smoker. Void Smoker. There was a... You know, but when I think about it, there have been a number of... I think I can think of more German films than I can German filmmakers at the moment. But, oh, Fassbender's done some good stuff. There's a, your cure is better at eating than me. Hey, I try. Like, I was thinking about, what's his face? There's this film about, it was really good. What was it called? It was called like, I'm pretty sure it was German. It was about a Jewish boy during World War II who basically people think that he's not Jewish and he becomes like a member of the Nazi youth, and like he is taken to like a Nazi youth boarding school, but he's freaking out all the time because he's circumcised. It's like, and it's about like him being closeted, and it was what was it called? Oh, Shinobi, I will see you later. Have a good one. Does somebody remember? Does anybody know that film? It was like Does somebody know that film? It must have been from like the 90s, maybe. It was It was like a prestige film. It was very good. Somebody has to know this film, besides me. Maybe nobody does. But I mean, come on. Was it like something l'enfant? Because I think it might have been in multiple languages. It might. Oh yeah. I think it was something l'enfant, and I think it was like in French and German and Hebrew maybe. Does somebody know what film I'm talking about? Somebody like no anyone just no. Come on, somebody find this out, or I will be sad. And again, you don't have to find it out. That's fine. But I would like to know, because like it was a good film, and I right. I think you know it too, right? Like it was really good. It was like well known. It was like a really good film. And of course, what's that one? The Lives of Others. The one about set in East Germany. That was a very that was a big prestige one. No, it wasn't The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. Thank you, Furious 320. It wasn't that. It wasn't. Oh, yeah. Au revoir, l'enfant. I think that's what it was. Au revoir, l'enfant. I think that was the film. It was really good. Otto, let's distract you so you remember the Kinder von Bahnhof Zoo, and they made the film. I don't know if I like that they pulled a 70s story into 2000. Yeah. It's Au revoir, l'enfant. That's the one. L'enfant. You know, Ice Bunny, I am not, I started thinking of Cocteau and I was ruined. You know, I also, who else is really good? I was thinking about, I love Fellini. Like, I love Fellini. My favorite Fellini film is, La Strada. I love La Strada. It's my fave. Although, Satyricon is a trip. Oh, actually, now I'm thinking about German filmmakers. If we go back early enough, you can go with like von Sternberg, who is sort of American, sort of German. Fritz Lang, people. Fritz Lang, right? All those good like German expressionist. I should probably drink some water at the moment. I should probably do that because, you know. Right. Oh, you teach a paragraph. Okay, Marky Mark is God. You cannot just drop that you teach a lot of Fritz and then just not tell me more about it. You're gonna have to start telling. You have to say more. You have to say more. I want to hear what classes you are teaching Fritz Lang in. I want to hear more because like I feel like this is stuff that I need to know or I might die. And I feel like you don't want me to die, so you should share with me. This is what I want to know. Also, how much encumbrance do I have right now? I'm over encumbered. That is super unfair. I feel like I feel like people are punishing me, and I don't like it. And you know what this means? This means that I can't really carry things with me right now, and I don't like it. We had to read a book and saw the original so our teachers could see that drugs are bad. But Trooper, how does he, like I wasn't for a while. Seminar on European art cinema from a few years ago in a general film and music class. Ooh. The Testament of Dr. Mabuza. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. I love Pandora's Box, of course. French New Wave. Ooh. French New Wave. Such, you know, do you know what I do not have a lot of experience with that I really want to? There's a genre, maybe Ministry of Fear at some point. Ooh, yeah. I'm going to try and see if there's any. Oh, look at this. See, like I can fix this thermal underwear and repair it, and that'll be good. I suppose that not over encumbered period was about 2 seconds. You know, it was a moment. We're only 8. Okay, I'm gonna see if there's anything that I feel comfortable dropping at the moment. I never feel all that comfortable dropping stuff for fires because I always need it, but we're gonna just we're gonna just keep. Oh, we'll drop this fir firewood. Look at that. I just dropped something, everybody. I hope that you're all proud of me, and that you. What is this? Fresh leather. Oh, so we have to drop this so that it will air dry. Easy peasy. Done and done. And we're going to sharpen this. Like, we're just going to set ourselves up before we walk out there. It'll be fine. But again, I am missing something, and that makes... I don't have a knife. And also... I would like to clean this, but I don't have a cleaning kit. Like, there's just a lot of things that I'm missing, you know? And that is sad times. Like, I should have more... Ooh, I do not need 2 pry bars. Boom, I just dropped another thing. I'm only like... I am so responsible right now. I feel like you don't even... Look, and I'm gonna drop the scrap metal. I feel like... I am so responsible right now. Nobody even knows. I feel like people don't even appreciate the level of responsibility that I got going on right now. And look, I'm like only like 4 pounds over, basically, which, you know, Von Trier, and maybe, yeah. By Danish knowledge or lack there's embarrassing. There's another one. He did this really good film called Das Schreckliche Mädchen, and it's what's his face? I think it's the guy that did It's Dark Out. Yeah, I should maybe not go out. I should maybe go to sleep. Right? Like, I should probably sleep because it's dark, and I don't want to go out at night. So we're gonna just, is there a place where I can, put this bedroll down? Like, are you gonna, there we go. Hold on, there. There we go. See, I'm just gonna go and sleep a couple hours. What's his face? What's his face? He did Destruction Humation. He's also famous in the States, but people, what's his face? He did it's The Long Afternoon. Um, I think he might have done, oh my gosh, why am I that thirsty? Um, he did, Verhoeven. Verhoeven. Yeah. Verhoeven. Right? Like yeah. I'm gonna cook some of these beans. And even though I'm clearly running out of food, but it's fine. Verhoeven, right? He did the Schreckenhumation. I think he did some Verhoeven. Oh, maybe he is. Hey, who did Das Boot? Who did Das Boot? That was really good. I got to see the director's cut, and that was much better. The director's cut was really amazing. What's his face? Who did Das Boot? Um, yeah, and I was really lucky to see the director's cut in the theater because they had like a local art house theater and they showed it, and I was like, oh wow, that's yeah. Oh come on, he's famous. What's Wolfgang Petersen? Yes. Thank you. He's very good as well. Oh, you looked it up though, and I was like, oh, I was like, I almost had it. Oh, I didn't tell you. I didn't finish the thought. So there's a genre of film that I really want to see examples of because I haven't yet. And it's a post-war British genre called the kitchen sink drama, and these are kind of like low budget films about like working class people in their apartment having hard lives, and it was like a new kind of realism that was sort of hitting the that was like really interesting to people in the UK at that moment. And I have not seen any of them because I don't think they tend to get aired in the US. And so I think if you want to see them, you have to actually kind of just go out and, you know, go and actually seek them out. But that's a genre that I'm really interested in, the kitchen sink drama of like the 1950s in the UK. The lottery ticket. Ooh, yeah. I just taught the loneliness of the long distance run. Oh, did you really? Oh, yeah. I think it's always important to know your limits. Like if you are not a person that can um, deal with difficult topics, then you should not see films that have difficult topics. Like, you know what I mean? Like it is, that is not a thing. Like if it's not for you, it's not for you. By the way, it's still dark out. Um, can I just want to wait. One of the only British films where I didn't have to explain 17 problematic elements to Gen Z. Oh, interesting. Oh, so I had this thought. It was a thought that occurred to me, and I'm kind of excited about the thought, and I wanted to share it with you all. And the thought was, besides, I need to get out of here. So let's see. Let's do like an hour. Oh, I didn't actually want to sleep, but it's fine. It's fine. That wasn't actually what I wanted to do, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Is it still this dark out? Why is it this dark, everyone? Okay, right. So this is the thing. It is it is a regular thing that I see. What do we have here? We have learn to catch. Oh, so I need to catch more fish. Okay, so I need to catch more fish, and I need to find these two caches, and I need to go to a hunting lodge. So those are things I have to do. In a way, To Sir with Love is one of those British films, but at the tail end. That's true. That was a very good film, but I think the difference is that To Sir with Love was way more high budget. Do you know what I mean? Was like a much bigger budget film. I think it's kind of like I suspect it is like how I think I might be able to go outside now, right? For me, I suspect that it is like how Rebel Without a Cause was like a juvenile delinquent film, except that it was kind of way more big budget. Although I will tell you what, I loved To Sir with Love. That film was like, that film was my jam. I'm gonna just pass the time for a moment. And now I can go outside. But where is the front door? Here it is. Yeah, I love that movie too. Like, I mean, first off, Lulu's in that movie, and I love Lulu, so Lulu's the best. So there's just that is already a thing. Oh, there was a thing about eating raw meat. I didn't get to see that all the way. It's fine. So, oh, me too. That song gets me every time, and she sings it so well. Lulu is so good. I just need you to know it. Look, here's what's up, y'all. I want to. There are caches. Like, we have to go this way to get the bear trap and all that bit of business with like bears and, bears. But I would like, rather than just, getting bears, I want to go and like get these 2 caches, and I want to do my survival stuff. So let's do that first. I just want us to do a little bit of survival. Carlin says, my favorite teacher's film was To Sir with Love. We watched it every year, despite the fact that he was supposed to be teaching us Latin. Did you watch To Sir with Love in Latin? Because I have some concerns. Okay, so this is the thing I wanted to tell you. This is the thing that Sydney Poitie's line about the kids' hairstyles and outfits, one of my favorite culture comments of all time. Yeah, I mean, it's so good. All right, so here's the thing that I've thought about a lot. This is the thing I've been thinking about a lot. Oh, just normal British. A thing I think about a lot is the ways in which what is and what isn't traumatic may be generational. And subjective and contingent. And what I mean by that is, there was a tweet recently that was like, we Gen Z and millennials are like really the only ones who've got it going on and are on top of things, because all the older generations, because we're the only ones who are honest about our trauma, all the older generations just don't admit that they have trauma, and they basically lie about their trauma. And I didn't like that, because that implies that I was just like, hey, hold on a second. That's rude. First off, it's rude. It was just like they're the only ones who are actually honest and open. And I just think that maybe they don't recognize that we were traumatized by different things. And the thing that makes me think about this a lot is the issue of dead animals, right? Like, I know a lot of people for whom any kind of, here we go. I know a lot of people for whom any kind of depiction of animals dying is traumatic for them. And they use the word trauma. They mean like, so I assume they actually mean it, as in like it's actually traumatic and it will give them PTSD, and it's like really, really upsetting to them, like in a super bad way. There goes that global we again. Oh yeah. No, but they just assume that we are not being honest about our basically in some kind of a way is the implication here. Gen Xers were so passive and complacent with their age trauma. Yeah. Wait, it's the boomers and before them. But see, their point is that boomers don't talk about their trauma, right? So that they're the only ones who are honest about it. So like the tweet was that the other generations experience trauma, they just lie about it and don't deal with it and are not honest about the trauma, which is why they're all messed up, right? It's like our generations and older are all messed up because we are not honest about our trauma, whereas they are honest about their trauma. Were they putting? I know. So I was thinking about how many people I know who are like, yeah, right. Like I would agree. Like, there's clearly kind of like a dealing with trauma in a, it's fine. So I was thinking about, it's the thing I think about a lot, about the ways in which so many people I know who are from younger generations than me cannot see animals dying on screen because it traumatizes them, right? Like they say, like hardcore trauma. Like I know so many people who are from the young generation that they just stopped watching Game of Thrones when Sansa's direwolf was killed. If they want trauma, they should watch all the and like they were fine with all the murder, but they were not fine with the killing of the wolf. And I was like, this is the direwolf. And I was like, this is very interesting to me. Find it fascinating. If I told my boomers I was trans, I would get it. So Gen X's raise the kids better. Okay, that was a we statement. But if they can do it, I can. But for me, one of the things I think is so fascinating about the whole thing, right, is that I am not 100% am not traumatized by seeing animals die on screen. It's what I saw growing up all the time, right? Like I just saw him like Charlotte's Web, Old Yeller, Fox and the Hound. Like it was like a regular part of my growing up was like that, you know, that sometimes there would be animals that died on screen. Walkabout is such a good film. Marky Mark is God. I am so happy I just ran into another person who's seen Walkabout. I love that film. It's an Australian film. It's so good. Content warning for suicide. If suicide will traumatize you, don't see the film. Such a good film though. And the Gen Z students did not like the killing of the kangaroos and lizards. Yeah. Down Nomad says, I did just today comment to a friend today that seemed latest generations are so much more self-aware. As with all things, there's a significant variance in the we they. Yeah. Oh, Time to Kill, Bless the Beast and the Children was another one. Yeah. So there's like a whole, excuse me for one moment. Is it? No, give me a second. Okay. Gun. Okay. I'm gonna shoot you. Didn't work. Okay, well, it scared you off. I didn't hit, but I scared you off. Is there a way for me to reload? Because that would be good. I also clearly need to clean this, so I wish I could, but I do not have a actions. I do not want to harvest this. I just want to load it up. It's fine. Yeah, Bless the Beast and the Children. Yep. I cried all kinds of things, including Babby's mom dies, but it isn't necessarily where my trauma lives. Yes. And I think that this is the thing that was interesting, right? That, like, I don't actually think that Gen X is less self-aware or open than millennials or Gen Z. I think the big disconnect is that a number of my millennial Gen Z friends assume that I must also be traumatized by seeing animals killed. I just don't admit it. Or that I don't realize that I've been traumatized. And I was like, oh, no. I know when I've been traumatized. There were things that traumatized me. It wasn't that. Hey, how we roll. Evan? How we roll, Evan? Like, I think about this a lot. Like, I think about the ways in which, for me, the death of animals was a way to deal with loss and grief, and as a kid to sort of think about what death might mean. It was not something that caused me PTSD or trauma. It was sad, absolutely, but you know, I watched a lot of sad movies as a young person. And Shawtel says there's a difference between being traumatized and being upset or sad about things. Absolutely. Owen, thank you, Owen. It's the B. The BH is the V sound. Like Siobhan, yeah. You were not considered a weakling if you asked for help, especially mental health? No. The other day, some dude recommended living like 70 years ago, so healthy and long walks in nature, and I was so close to slapping that guy verbally for his historical ignorance. 90% of people guess worse, don't worry. Also Platoon, yeah. Yeah, no, because like, you know, like, I try to learn stuff, you know? So this is what I was thinking about when it came, this is why, so here's what I want to tell you, right? I was thinking about this thing. I had this realization, which I thought was super interesting, at least for me it was. So one thing about the millennials and the Gen Z that I've always felt uncomfortable with, just personally, like, you do you, if it's you, like, yay, do your stuff, is like their love yeah, maybe we learned sadness wasn't a bad thing. So it was like my entire, like, there was so much sadness. Like, sadness was like all of my sad music and sad movies all the time. We loved ourselves some sadness. But so here's the thing I think was really fascinating. This is the thing, this is just me personally. Like, I do not, like, everybody do themselves. Like, everybody, you do you, right? You do you. But I've always been really uncomfortable with how much love the millennials and Gen Z have for Disney films. Like Disney, like it's just like Little Mermaid and like Beauty and the Beast, like all of that, all the Disney. And I was like, I feel really uncomfortable with most of these Disney films. They make me uncomfortable. I don't like them. I find them distressing. I don't like them. And Hawkeye says, it seems every generation seems to think that one, they have it so much worse than previous generations, and two, they are smarter and can help think better than older generations. Now, first off, I know that my generation does not have it worse than older generations than me. Like, my parents had to deal with way more than I did, and respect to my parents. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really think that anybody is special in a good or a bad way. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like everybody's got their stuff. Anyway, so here's my point. I was thinking about how uncomfortable all those Disney films make me feel. And like, I know people love their Disney, like they love it. They love Disney. I've liked Pixar, like some of the Pixar stuff, like Up, I really enjoyed. But generally speaking, like all that Disney stuff just made me feel really uncomfortable. And I had a realization, everyone. I liked Sleeping Beauty because I like Maleficent. But generally speaking, I was like, and I had a realization. It's a realization I was really excited about it. Gen X. So the Disney Renaissance happened after we were too old for it. Like the Disney Renaissance happens when we are like 18, right? Mark, millennial here. I know that boomers are unpopular right now for reasons that are understandable, but I was always much more with Gen X and the boomers in my worldview re-art. Yeah, and also like I just think it's important not to sort of remember that that there are a lot of different boomers. Do you know what I mean? Nothing that is expressed is obscene. The director said, "What is obscene is what is hidden." Ooh, yeah. But I think about this a lot. So anyway, so here I'm gonna fish for 2 hours. So here's what I realized, right? So the Disney Renaissance is when I'm too old. I'm gonna take this. Is when I'm too old, right? It happens like I think it happens I think the Disney Renaissance happens starts in '89 maybe. Something like that. Like it starts pretty late, I think. And all the classic Disney is also before my time. And so here's my realization. I was like, wait, what did we have? Like, what did we have when it came to like our... Oh, thanks. I'm having all this fish, everybody. I'm very excited about this. I hope I have enough stuff for...
All this gear is slowing me down.
You could maybe stop complaining a little bit, Mackenzie? I feel like a lot of stuff that my peers are really attached to, I never saw until I was too old for it. Because we did a lot of TV or movies in the house. See, that's another thing that people sometimes don't think about. I'm going to go back and I'm going to... Oh, wait.
I'm gonna need to eat some.
Yeah, I know you need to eat. I can actually just cook in here. I'm going to cook in here because I can. And it's going to be pretty awesome. Okay, well, let's do that. And maybe... Well, here we go. We're going to just start the fire. So the Disney Infox is like the Ewok divide, maybe. But so here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is my big revelation. I was like, wait. What was Disney doing during my youth, right? Hawkeye says, the fun thing for me is I'm a tweener. Oh, one of my students wrote a paper about being this tweener, which she called being a Y-box, maybe? She talked like being the in-between the boomers and the Gen X and like the difficulty of that. I'm gonna cook some fish, and I'm very excited about this. Also, I feel like I probably should not be cooking fish here, but we'll see. Depending on who makes a definition, I'm either just past the boomer age or just before whatever they name the next. Yeah. So Krellin, right? Krellin says, your youth was the doldrums of the Disney, they weren't doing much. So here's the thing. They called it the death of Disney, but actually, I was looking up and I was like, no, wait. Disney was doing stuff, and it was the most Gen X stuff ever, right? Like, and actually was thinking about some of the things that Disney did during my youth, and it was stuff that I really, really enjoyed. So Escape from Witch Mountain, which is about kids being chased by evil government people and they're secretly aliens. Black Hole, pretty dark. Something Wicked This Way Comes. Like, most of it was live action, a lot of live action stuff, and a lot of it's like pretty dark, which I feel like is super Gen X. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's super interesting. That the stuff that was Disney stuff, the stuff that I like was not animated princesses singing or animated princess singing. It was like children being chased by the government and like death and like alienation. It was like it was like those kids were aliens, right? They did not fit in with regular society. They felt like outsiders, and society was failing them. They had to escape to Witch Mountain, or like a lot of kids being chased, just darker stuff. And I was just thinking, yeah, and I was just like thinking about, yeah. And so that was the thing that I was thinking about. I was thinking about that actually, no, like Disney made films that really were well suited to my generation. It's just, yeah. Namiri says, yeah, and as a millennial raised by boomers with Gen Z siblings, there are all kinds of other factors at play, especially in terms of femidemics. Absolutely. Ordinary people, oh yeah. Somehow I knew Witch Mountain was on the list. It's their World of Disney stuff, yeah. Yeah, Bedknobs and Broomsticks, that was the 60s, but it came back. And I remember watching Bedknobs and Broomsticks because, you know, creepy. Yeah, and so it was just kind of interesting to me to realize that actually, no, I did. You're enough older that I'm pretty sure you were a teen, but I remember Fly the Navigator. Yes. Oh, I watched Fly the Navigator too. I also watched Fly to the Navigator, and I also, yes, absolutely, right? Absolutely Fly to the Navigator. And so I was just actually, because Angela Lansbury, yeah, and I was thinking about how a lot of the sort of, I'm going to just eat this right now because I'm a little hungry. And since I'm here anyway, how much time do we have on our stove? 24 minutes. I can probably add just like, I'll add some coal, which will allow me to cook some more fish because I wish you know what? I feel a little bad about the fact that I don't have a stove with multiple burners because I feel like I should be cooking more fish, at a time. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I should be cooking more than one fish, but you know, I loved Adam 84 the Besucher. Oh yeah. So it just was this moment where I had this sort of really interesting realization that there was Disney content for my generation. It was just pretty dark, and I also loved it. And I think that's just really interesting to think about. And of course, there's always like a generation is not a monolith. There are people after my generation who like dark things and people in my generation who like happy things. But like, when I think about the things that my generation was reading and watching, like, I was like in like 5th grade and all of the girls in my 5th grade class were super into Flowers in the Attic, which is about children trapped in an attic and, incest. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, that's what that was about, right? Like, yeah, Flowers in the Attic, right? Yes, like I was just like thinking about like even things like The Blue Lagoon, Flowers in the Attic, a lot of the sort of media that were aimed at my generation or that we liked was kind of dark, you know? Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Oh yeah, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? That was a good one too. I enjoyed that one as well. Yeah, and for reasons now more apparent as adult, but honestly, what a time. Yeah, and I just think about, I mean, like they created PG-13 for our generation because the kids' movies we were having were getting kind of rough, right? It was like what young Sherlock Holmes and Indiana Jones, The Temple of Doom, they're like, yeah, we got to make a new rating system because, hold on a second, right? Okay, actually what Disney was doing in the 80s was launching the Disney Channel. I think that's true. Yeah, I think they were. Yeah. Embracing bad feelings is something that seems foreign to younger folks right now. And, like, if it's not... I mean, I see... Yeah, me too. Let me eat this. I'm just going to eat that fish. And I believe I can probably cook another fish while we're here. Just get another, like... just get another fish in there. Oh, yeah, Gremlins too. Exactly. Jonesy would see those movies and would say those movies desensitize you to trauma. They would, but that assumes that we're both traumatized by the same things. Do you know what I mean? Like their take on it is that we all are completely broken and traumatized, but we're lying about it. And I just don't think that's true, because I can point to things that I found traumatic and it wasn't that. Do you know what I mean? I really am fascinated by the idea that things are not traumatic. Things are not universally traumatic. Something may be traumatic to some person, but not to another. Or in one time period, something may be traumatic to some demographic, but not to other demographics. That something is not inherently traumatic, but the trauma is real, 100% real, but it is contingent. Library theory shows that we read one step up from what we are because role models. So young adults are adults, preteen, teen, young adult. Yeah. And I was thinking about this when it comes to, for example, is there anything else I can craft while we're here? I don't think I need to make any bandages at the moment. But I probably could make a tender plug. Do that. Because I was thinking about, like, to use an example that people would not find legitimate, but I'm going to use it anyway. I mean, genetic stuff is canon for me as a millennial. Yeah. Right. And there is a difference between experiencing a traumatic event and constantly reliving it, i.e. PTSD. So it seems like the author of the week could have been conflating those two ideas under the umbrella of traumatic. Well, I think we use trauma in a lot of in a variety of ways at the moment, which is, you know, interesting. But one of the things I think is, like, so one of the things I was like, this is fascinating to me. By the way, I'm eating all the fish. I'm not running around with raw meat on me because that seems like a bad idea. Oh, no! No! I have to start a fire. So, yeah. Oops. I was almost done with that fish. Ridiculous. So, like, here's an example that people are not going to find legitimate, right? They're not going to find it legitimate, but I'm going to use it because I actually think there's some value in this example. In the 1950s, in the segregated South...
Well, that didn't work.
Look, just give me a second. There were white women who would see a black man look her in the eyes and then be traumatized. And then she would tell her husband, and their husband would murder that man. But she said that the act of looking at her by that person
Turned out pretty well.
was traumatic. And I do not... I actually assume that it's true. That is not a lie. I think it's messed up. And I do not co-sign that. Do you know what I mean? I'm not like, yeah. But what is... because the thing is, trauma in many ways is about violation and violence, right? If you grow up slaughtering animals for food, seeing an animal killed on screen is not going to be traumatic for you. If you never ever do, then it might be. If the idea of somebody looking at you is considered a violation of your body, then somebody looking at you might be traumatic. But if you live in a society where that is not the case, then that is not the case. Or even like with nudity, I know that there are people for whom nudity is traumatizing. Like seeing nudity will traumatize them. But
Feels like night is coming.
if you live in Europe, people are naked all over the place and it is not traumatizing or even sexual, right? Like, it's not even sexual. It's just people are nude. And so just thinking about the ways in which I don't think that there's anything like inherently, oh, I harvested lamp oil. What? How amazing is that, people? I'm very excited by that. Also, I'm running out of a lot of things, just so you know. And it's do you think that I could oh, it's horror is also so subjective, right? Like some people watch a horror film and yeah, also like what is horrific? Like what is the thing that is horrifying? What is horrifying also varies by time and place, right? Ice Bunny says, I posted the show in Medium using okay. This way, I think. My mom killed and cooked chickens when she was 13. That was a countryside thing. My grandparents had his kids around when they slaughtered them. Yeah, so like I just kind of think about the ways in which, like, or things like even like what is like. I never got into horror films though. Thrillers are fun. It depends on the horror film. There are some things that work for me more than others. I should not be traveling at night like this, but I'm going to. Right? Like, just even think about, like, what is pornographic? Like, what is pornographic? Like, there was a time that seeing a woman's ankles, oh my gosh, that's so pornographic. People are like, oh, it's so, oh my gosh. But in other places, seeing somebody's ankles is just not sexy, right? And I just think about the ways in which I don't, I remember going to see the Blair Witch Project with friends, and we all left wondering what was the point. You cannot pay me to watch this, a Saw movie, however. Yeah. And so for me, I think a lot about the ways in which I actually don't think that things are objectively, universally, inherently traumatizing. So I bristle at the claim. I can't do it pornography, but I know what I say. That's the judge, yeah. But I also kind of think that's legit, right? I think that there's because what is pornographic has to do with what's taboo in society. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not it actually isn't an objective thing. It is. Whoa! Hi! No! Hi! I'm slashing. Go! Look! Oh. Hi! Hi! I just was attacked. I just was attacked by a wolf, and I did not appreciate that. I am going to treat. Yeah, so that was great. I've got a sprained ankle, and I am going to got a sprained ankle, and I'm gonna treat it. Why do you keep getting eaten by wolves? I don't know. No. I do smell like fish a little bit. I do, and it probably was the pornography. That's probably what happened. I need to take some tea. I'm gonna take some tea. Is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just take a little bit of this rosehip tea. Yeah, and I do. I smell like fish. This is my problem. When I ran a periodicals apartment, we went with if the cover was meant to arouse viewer versus fashion or art. And of course, that's what's interesting, right? There's certain things that were meant to arouse people back when, but just will not arouse people now because we just don't think that's not our fetish, right? What if the fashion or art is meant to arouse viewer, right? And that's also a thing, right? Like, because that can also be a thing. Yeah, I know, right? Like I just, all right, we're going this way. Okay. All right. I hope I don't get attacked by, also it's getting dark, by more wolves. I was supposed for 80,000 people. Yeah. And people can be, so, I think I have to walk around. Is what I think I have to do. I think that's the thing. And let's try walking around. I'm heading towards this, there's like a cache of goods, and I really feel like I'm not encumbered enough, and that I should be more encumbered. And so I thought that I could go and, you know, try to find this, cache of goods and, just add a little to my encumbrance for fun. You know. My grade put 1 tea bag in a liter of water, just let it steep for a minimum 1 hour. See, I think this is where we're gonna find the cache. Yeah, so this is the thing I was just thinking about. Like, I bristle at the claim that my generation basically is lying about our trauma because we are not traumatized by the same things or express it in the same way, right? I hate it when you wander around in the dark because on mine it's all black and gray shadows. Ooh. I'm gonna get to a, you know... Oh, hey, look. I'm gonna get to a non-black and gray... Like, I wonder if I can sleep here. I wonder if that's a bad idea. I wonder if I shouldn't sleep here. I also need to pick up some sticks. Hey, there's a dead body. I just thought I'd share that with you in case you didn't know or were not. A crow feather. Huh. I can make bows and arrows, maybe. I don't know how to do that. You think that sleeping in the wilderness without a fire would be a terrible idea? You're probably right. It's probably a bad idea. TTRPG based on pickup sticks. Oh, hey, look! Key to Lake Cabin 2?
I think I can use this.
I feel like I just had a great moment here. Also, more crow feathers. Interesting. And it looks like another crow feather. I'm gonna just, hey, there are more crow feathers here. I feel like really special. I could start a fire, but you know, we didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning, which seems like that's kind of bad for the environment. Anyway, so I just am very interested in this like relationship to sadness, relationship to trauma, relationship to feelings. Like what are our feelings? What do we think about them? How does that work generationally? These are things that hey, it's a bench that I'm interested in.
I could use this.
I'm gonna just take a bunch of this stuff. Not here. It's not. Here is something getting back to the Gen X thing. I think we raised to be more mature by accident, such as latchkey kids. Maybe, or I don't know if it's by accident, to be honest. I think it might be a different idea of when you are a child. And what I mean by that is, for example, when Ryan Lochte lied about being attacked and did all that stuff, people are like, oh, but he's just a kid. And he was like 30. I mean, I would just, my parents didn't do tough love. I just think it's about a different idea about, oh, so I apparently didn't find the cache yet. Oh, I'm close to the cache, but I'm not there yet. Apparently, so we're still looking. Because my parents didn't give me tough love at all. They're pretty great. But I think it's about what we imagine. Yeah, it totally was. But here's the thing. What I hear now all the time is that people are you're not an adult until after you're 25 years old. People who are 24 are still kids. And, you know, I teach college, and the students refer to themselves as children, and they're 22, and they're like, I'm a kid, I'm not an adult yet. There's like a real framing by themselves and also everybody of them as children. And that is not how I was raised, right? Like, because chromatics, by 14, I was responsible for the whole house, right? Like when I was a kid, like when I was 12, I would babysit my sister alone in the house because that was considered normal, and like people who are 12 are considered like people who can do such things. And hello, I will take this hidden cache.
What do we have here?
MREs.
Could be good to drink.
Okay. Sweet. I don't know if that was worth it, but I'm in the middle of the woods, and I don't have a bedroll, so we're gonna try to get back to so we are here. I feel like it's probably best to try to make it to that house. Probably. I mean, or if we could make it to the lookout. But that was a bit of a walk. Ooh. And yet, McD is posting signs on the drive-thru window asking parents if they have kids 14, 15 years old who want to work there. We both usually had at least one parent home at all times. Stacey and I both, as the eldest of siblings with parents that were barely out of their teens when they became parents, meant being treated like adults a lot sooner. We usually both had at least one parent home at all times, but that parent usually sleeping because they work nights. Yeah, like, oh, it's getting dark. Like, I was thinking about, like, I mean, again, right, like, my mom was 19 when she had me, and I was in the Army with a bunch of people who were married with kids at 18, 19. And people started working. It was just a very different idea of what youth was. It was just a very different idea. I'm walking the wrong way. Let's go this way. Just a very different idea of what youth was. And minimum wage kids part-time, so no benefits, where they kind of, yeah. And I think, home security. And I think a lot about how my students are very different than I was, right? Just in terms of, and I think sometimes that's their parents, right? So, for example, when I was in the Army, I would call my parents once a month because it was expensive to call your parents long distance from far away. My students, if they do not text their parents multiple times a day, their parents will freak out and call the university to find out if their kids are all right. Like, and that is just a very, very different relationship to everything, really. Like, that's just like, that's a whole different space, right? Whole different space. My mom was 18 when she got married, and 4 years later they made me. Ice Bunny. And Chromatic says, I work with a 21-year-old who's trained to be a cutter butcher. I'm trying to teach him leadership and responsibility. Look at this way, if you become a cutter, you'll be the shift lead when alone, was today's lecture. Mark says, I thought of myself as adult S by about 21, but in retrospect, I do think that 25, 26 is fair. I mean, that's just when your brain is done developing. I'm just protective of students in my adulthood, even though I was much different than my own students. Well, here's the thing. If you're not an adult until you're 26 or 25, then you shouldn't be able to vote. Like, I mean, do we want to follow through? Here's the thing. Do we want to follow through with this to its logical conclusion, which is that you shouldn't be able to vote? You should not be like we could like just go with that, but I don't think, and also really our brains never stop developing, right? Like our brains always change. So do we want to say that a 25-year-old should not be allowed to get married or vote or to have a job or without their parents' permission, right? That until you're 25, you should not be able to do anything without your parents' permission, because that does not make me feel comfortable, right? I don't feel comfortable with that idea. As a person who was culture, because while in the military, I found most older males tended to be in an age time lock. They still thought at the age they came into service. The snow is picking up and it's getting dark, so I'm trying to make it back to a hut real fast. Yeah. And this is the thing I think about a lot. Like when we say things like, oh yeah, but you're not really an adult. Like, are we going to follow through with that idea, right? That you need to have your parents sign off. You shouldn't have your own bank account without your like. I mean, like we could just like, right? It all started when insurance companies could cover kids until 21 or out of college. We dropped the legal age to 18 so folks could feel better about sending children to fight in Vietnam. Well, actually, it's tricky, right? Because one of the big things was young people who were 18 to 21 fighting for their right to vote because you couldn't vote until 21, right? So there was like a lot of activism, student activism for students who, boomers, right? Who wanted to be seen as adults and to have rights. Like they wanted rights and they fought for that. And to sort of roll it back, our legal ages have been all over the place, sure. I mean, I think about somebody like Loretta Lynn who got married at 14. Really different ideas about... It's, by the way, it's super dark right now. And I just hope that I get to that place that is safe real soon, everyone. Yeah. So it's just one of those things. Like, I feel very uncomfortable with the sort of like, oh, Germany is debating dropping the legal age to vote to 16, at least on state level. Oh, that's really interesting. That is very interesting. The brain is not developed with 21. That is why some adults were tried as teenagers, not adults. The brain never stops developing. And with that knowledge, so then what, right? So then how are we going to sort of deal with the fact that our brains never stop changing? So are we never adults? I worry about the infantilization of people, is what I'm trying to say. Settler age standards, best be married before 15. Females were spinsters by 18, yeah. Your point re-adulted is well taken. I guess that being in a position of responsibility alters my perception of adulthood and authority. Yeah, and of course, like, I was in a position of responsibility at 18, and other people are, you know, at those spaces. And I will say this, that a lot of the people, like, I will just say this, and this is also about class. Working class people don't get to be immature, right? My students, I have students who are responsible for my students, yeah. Some of the adulthood things about lifespan, but I also think it's about class privilege. Like my students, I go to a really rich school. I teach at a really rich school, and my students are very irresponsible. They do things that kind of shock and scandalize me, to be honest. Like my students, I'm gonna just light this match, and I'm gonna go upstairs and go to sleep because it's kind of late, and I'm kind of a little, you know, just a little. Oop. Here we go. All right. There's a lot of stuff here, but I'm gonna just sleep in the upper bunk because I think that's fun. Yeah. Relax. And we're gonna sleep for 9 hours. I would agree with that. If you're not expected to behave as an adult, why would you? Yeah. Yeah, when the average death limit was 30 or 40 or 40s, 20 was midlife. However, there were folks that lived into their 60s and above. But you know what's actually really interesting about the idea that everybody died really, that the life expectancy was like 30, 40? That's actually a tad misleading. Because the reason why the life expectancy was so low because people died in childhood and childbirth in such huge numbers, and so that artificially dampened the life expectancy. But once you made it out of 5 or 6, you were usually actually in a pretty decent space. You were okay. It wasn't so bad for you if you could make it past childhood. I'm gonna see if I can start a fire. It looks like I can. It also doesn't look like I have a lot of fuel though, which is not great. Yeah, most people live to adulthood, live to the 56. That is correct. Yeah, that's right, Krellin. Life expectancy at birth was literally a useless statistic that should never ever be cited. Yeah, that's right. And I just think about a lot about like my students. I find my students' behavior to be
Turned out pretty well.
I have no fuel. People, I have, oh, that's bad. I've got 3 minutes. I need fuel. This is what happens. Books. No, books. Take it. Okay, wait. Go. Throw books in there. Books, add fuel. Book. Okay, we're gonna take all the books and we're going to burn them all. We're gonna just burn a bunch of stuff, everybody. Just gonna burn it. Let's see. But all those fights had, yeah, right, like there's, yeah, a lot of death. So one of the things I was thinking about was like my students are, not all of them, but wow, some of their behavior is shocking to me. Shocking. And maybe I should not be shocked, but I am shocked sometimes. And also, I see that you struggle with meals and their love of books. Burn them! Yes. Let's just do that for a moment. Yeah, just a little book burning. It's cool. It's cool. We're gonna put this fish out there. I'm also gonna cook something else. I'm gonna cook some dusty tomato soup, maybe. Yeah, sure. I could use more food, but it's good. I absolutely worry about that infantilization too. I ricochet between that and this catching the rye, don't let him run off the cliff mentality. Yeah, and the thing is, I was like, let me put it this way. I mean, I want to tell you a story about my students. So my students, we used to have like this senior night at this really expensive school. I'm gonna keep. Yeah, and so my students, the last senior night we had, where they would do this thing where they'd go to this like fancy hotel and have like a dance party at this fancy hotel. And the last time they did it, they urinated in the potted plants in the lobby of this very fancy hotel. And they were told that was inappropriate. They should not be urinating in the lobby of a fancy hotel. And so they were no longer allowed to go to the party. But what they said to me, the students were like, yeah, but we're just kids. Like, we don't really know better. So like, there's nothing we can really do about it. We're kids. And I was like, you are 21 years old. You are 21 years old. You should know better than urinating in the potted plants in the lobby of a very fancy hotel. I mean, come on, right? I mean, come on. Immature students, another argument for mid-semester term based on Lord of the Flies. And I just like, yeah, and I just thought a lot about that. Like I thought a lot about my students, my students talk a lot about how they are too immature to do a lot of things. Like they're just passionate about sustainability. And I said, if I had done that, right? If I had urinated I would go to jail, right? Like I'm working class. If I had done that, I would go to jail. There wouldn't be like, oh, like we have these frat guys selling cocaine out of the basement of their frat house, also doing other sketchy things. Nothing happened, of course, because they were kids and, like they're kids. What do they know? And I was like, they're selling cocaine out of the basement. Makes me feel uncomfortable, right? Like, because they're 21 years old. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's, as if they, yeah. I'm barely older than those students. How can we so Gonlar, isn't there a less fancy hotel that would be appropriate to leave one something? For example, the kids will be rich, spoiled kids. Yeah. Rich and richer equals a legal argument to try and hand away the behavior and get away from stiffer. Yeah. And it was, and the thing is that I truly believe, let me just drop this, that it is because they are wealthy, right? Like because they have never really had to deal with consequences for their actions because they're wealthy, right? They, Motel 6, will leave the plant out for you. And I think that, and the thing is, I also have at this very rich school some working class students, and those working class students do not do those things because they usually, they've had to work, they've had more responsibilities younger, and they just don't behave that way. Like that's just the thing I can tell you. They just don't behave that way. Oh, you're off to D&D? Ooh, okay. I will see you for Critical Role. Yes. Oh, you're off tomorrow? Nice. We only have 2 more episodes of City of Light and Shadow, and there's so much going on. If you know enough to sell cocaine, you know you're not supposed to sell it. Ooh, yes. Have a good game. And I just, it's one of those things I think about a lot. I think about the fact that my working class students, like it's other things too, like little things, like my students who are not working class often just don't do their work on time. And they're like, yeah, I know I didn't do my work on time, but can I get an extension anyway? Because, I just, like, there's a lot of excuses for why they can't do their work. Because they were up partying really late, they had all these things going on, and also their kids, they can't be expected to have to do their stuff. But, like, my working class students do their work because they feel like they have to, and so they do. And I tend to have to like work really hard with my working class students to get them to realize that it's okay for them to, it's okay for them to ask for an extension because they almost never do. I really try to get my working class students to understand that if they're going through a traumatic moment, it is okay for them to ask for an extension, but they almost never do. Almost never do. And it's really... Rich kids think they're all Tony Stark. Yeah. Not being in time can have other reasons. And, in their defense, rich people live like 20, 30 years longer than poor people. So maybe the rich ones are just justified in fantasizing themselves. Maybe. And working class students don't have the money to dick around for 8 years. Yeah, it's true, right? I'm not saying, Ice Bunny, that anytime somebody doesn't turn in an assignment, it's because they're a brat. But I am saying when they tell me they can't turn in their assignment because they've got, just other classes that they just have to do the work for instead, or they were out partying, that's just not how that works when you have a job. That it just doesn't fly. And my working class students also have multiple classes, and they're also usually doing second jobs, and they do get the work in. My rich students don't do the work because they're used to not having to do the work, really, is what it comes down to. And they frame it as like, but they're just not responsible because they're still kids. And I was like, you are actually not a kid, and you have to be responsible for, like, you don't have to be responsible for the entire world, but you got to be responsible for your homework. That's actually, part of what you got to do. I was late because I did my paper in late with dyslexia and no accommodation for it. But my students who are rich have accommodations. They get accommodations for all their stuff. And this is where we can see class inequality, right? Well, my working class friends, colleagues from jobs where I applied meat, cheese to bread did oodles of dumb shit, but they never got to a university. They just fell through the cracks for creative reasons, yeah. But let's talk about some of the differences, the ways that class has different outcomes. So my working class students, I have to twist their arm to get them to go and get accommodations, or to get them to, I have to twist their arm to get accommodations. I've got to twist their arm to let me know if something's wrong, so they might need an extension because they're like, no, like it's my responsibility, I'm just going to do it. Whereas my rich students, they get accommodations and extensions all the time. And if I won't not give that to them, their parents will call me and ask for it, and I still won't give it to them because that's ridiculous. Do I need to walk the super long way around to get here? To that place? What do you think? This is why. It's exactly why I'm wearing a brace. I wonder if I can, do you think I can make it to the other side from where I'm at? I don't know. But I just think there's a thing about, And I can see where, and it's actually like one of the things I do all the time. I have to do so much work with my first generation college students. I really do, because they do not ask for help. They do not get accommodations. They do not talk to their dean. They do not tell people when they're struggling. They just do it on their own. And I just have to keep telling them, I'm like, look, you deserve also the same things, right? You know, and it is not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing to sort of convince your working class students that actually, no, if your computer dies and you do not have a computer, you should tell me about it. And we can do something. Like, we can figure something out. But they often don't, right? And like, they don't tell you when they don't have enough food. And it's you know, it's hard, because one of the things I have to do is I have to sort of work on fairness, and it's really hard when you have two different groups of students who, because of their class position, have been taught to expect different things. And that can be very rough. That can be very difficult. I don't know. I don't know if I can get down the other end. And I'm running out of food. Many times they do not get the assistance in high school. It's true. Most times the kids who go to community colleges get more guidance assistance and come into their final years better. It is true. It's true. And the divide is more obvious in the COVID times. Yep. And so, like, I spend a lot of time trying to sort of think about class inequity in education and how that manifests itself. I actually do not think that I can get to the other side of the mountain. Maybe I can? It doesn't look like it. It looks like this is a way to get my ankle broken. Yeah. And of course, there are responsible kids who are rich and irresponsible kids who are poor. But generally speaking, one of the differences is that the consequences for being irresponsible, if you are working, like if you're like 19 and you have a job and you're paying rent and you have kids and you are really irresponsible and you just don't do your work, you'll get fired. And the consequences for that are just much heavier. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I think that that's when you cannot afford to be irresponsible, then you can't. Like, you know. And that's a thing. Y'all, I have some questions about my life right now. Do the legacy kids act out more than the working class kids? Yes. Yeah, they do. So I feel like it's too early to go to sleep. I feel like we still have lots of time. So I'm going to have to climb my way all the way back down and see if we can make our way around in some way to get to this other cache. Hey, there's a tower. No, Trooper, you're not us. You are you. My working class students also have a tendency to self-deprecate. Almost, they do. I spend time trying to get them to believe in their own innate Me too. Me too. This is like a. And it's interesting to me to see what are the different things I have to work on. Right? Like, so like for my students who are more well-off, middle class and up, who've gone through a lot of college prep stuff and who've been very well prepared for college, this mountain tower does need a zip line because zip lines are awesome and that would be great. They have a really, like those students, one of the big problems I have with them, or that they have that I have to sort of deal with, is that they write very well. They have very good, they're technically, their writing is very good, but they are too safe. They tend to write what they think I want to hear. They tend to think that there is a right answer and that they just need to write that. Technically, in terms of style, Prax! Prax is awesome. In terms of style, their writing is very good. Like they know how to put a paper together, but they do not take risks when it comes to making an argument. They tend to be very, very conservative, and it takes a lot of work for me to convince those students that it's okay for them to take risks in their writing, to come up, like, to be bold. Just please tell me you aren't the prof I had many moons ago who said, if you don't teach me something, the best you can earn is a B. Oh, no, I wouldn't tell them that, because that seems like a lot of pressure. However, I will say, if all you do is regurgitate what I told you, you're not getting an A. Like, that's just a true fact. Like, if all you do is just regurgitate what I said, you are not getting an A. That is not A work, which usually upsets them because that is not what they've been taught to do. So we have to do a lot of work on teaching them how to have a voice of their own, trust it, articulate it well, argue it well, how to yeah. Just started. Oh, finished exams and celebrated with session 0 last night. How did in the Prax plotting, you said it went really well. How did it go? Tell us more. Oh, I'm walking slower because the wind is there's a wolf. Okay, here we go. Excuse me for a moment. Excuse me. Nope. Excuse me. No. Blood loss. Awesome. Great. Also major bruising and a sprained ankle. This is great. Love it. Also, apparently I have a lot of things that make me smelly. Oh, I think it's the blood. I think it's the blood. Blood loss, infection, sprained ankle. Great. Let's deal with that a little bit, shall we? It's great. Blood loss. That was a fast wolf. And then let's also use this on my sprained ankle. I'm gonna have to scroll up. And then I'm gonna have to do I've got an infection, I believe, for this wolf bite, the antiseptic. My feeling on that was, I'm paying you to teach things to me, and he was the prophet only given A once he heard his words out of your pen now. It's a frustrating quarter, and I avoided him for class after that. Yeah, but it wasn't in my shots. Okay. Now, I will say that one of the things is that actually I do think that students, and also I think there's a thing, right? When it comes to like, I'm paying you to teach me things, but some of the things that I'm teaching you is how to come up with original thought. And if you can come up with original thought, then you've taught me something, right? And I think that's one of the things that, like, you know, I'm paying you to come up with original thought. That's what I'm teaching. I'm teaching you how to come up with original thought, and how to and like, again, there are a lot of things I don't know. Most things I don't know. And that's so it's about that. It's about a really good paper. A good paper, I should learn something new, even if that is a new argument that you've come up with. There should be something new in anything that you've written on that level. Look, I'd like you to have those professors. This one guy, though, yeah. Writing about what everybody writes about fun when my language school teacher made us do 30-minute presentations. I did one on Chernobyl. And he let me go 15 minutes over time because I covered it all and only got one question in the end. Yeah, I know nothing. And I think for me, that's like just really the whole thing, right? That we are, right? Like, it's like teaching a way of thinking thought processes. And and here's the thing, I believe my students can teach me things that I don't know. I believe every single one of my students can teach me something I don't know, because I have not lived their life. And every student who is anybody who's not me, anyone who's not me can teach me something I don't know. And I believe that 100%. Because whoever that is who has any person who is not me has experienced something that I have not experienced, and that is a thing that I can learn. I am currently here, and I'm trying to make my way here so I can move all the way around so that I can make it to this cache over here. This mystery cache. But I think I have to make my way all the way around the mountain if I want to get there. So, I mean, I might be able to cut across up here. Maybe. We will see. I did. I treated all of my injuries. I just have I'm just in pain. Oh, I should go and drink some tea. Because I'm in pain, and that's unpleasant. Let's drink this tea, shall we? We're gonna drink our tea. I should probably make some more tea. So, how similar is this game to that game Rust? You know, I've never played Rust. I have it. But my understanding, and please tell me if I'm wrong, is that Rust is an MMO. That Rust is like a game you play online with lots of people. Right? I think. That is my impression of Rust, which is, I think... I know, so much spilling of tea. Yeah, so I've not played it. I don't play a lot of MMOs. Yeah. Yeah, and the thing is, I have Rust. I think I got it from a Humble Bundle, so it is a game that is in my Steam library, and it forever, ever just needs updating all the time. Like, that's just, like, when I think of Rust, I think of a game that is always forever being updated, and I was like, really? Why? You shouldn't play MMOs. Well, like, MMOs can be fine, and I enjoyed my time in WoW, I really did. The problem for me is that MMOs never end. So I've got a bit of a problem here. So let's see if we can find another way around. MMOs never end. Do you know what I mean? And if they never end, look, you all know, you've had some of the best RP. Have you really? I was in an RP server in World of Warcraft way back in the day, early, and it was like, the RP was, by the way, hey Anino, the RP was like, some of it was okay, because it was an RP server, so it was alright. It was alright. It's okay. It was okay. That's what I'd say. I think I probably had better RP on Mushes than I did on WoW. But I've only had good RP in MMORPGs, not MMOs. Oh, interesting. I've had people try to get me to join RP servers. Oh, I know that Red Dead is like a full thing, right? Like, yeah, I had some great RP in Mushes. Like, there was like, ooh. Do you know what? I don't think I've been here before, everyone. I don't think I've been in these buildings at all. I am very excited to explore these buildings that are over there and find out what they're about, and maybe get food. Yeah, it was all text terminals, right? The group that I ran in City of Heroes, we were all icy when running through the content. Oh, now this is, yeah, this is new. Dervish Pie. Oh, yeah, I played, Crescent City by Night, I think it was. It was a vampire mush, set in New Orleans. And that was amazing. Hey, I found a new logging camp. I don't know how you got me to think about class and the framing of adulthood and work for that long today. I'm just drinking beer and watching the Troopers. Sorry. Oh, you know, Anino, you mentioned City of Heroes, and I wonder if City of Heroes had more RP to it than some other MMOs. And this is not me saying that, like, I'm just curious because I imagine that there are different RP cultures in different MMOs.
What have we here?
Do you know what I mean? Ooh. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Like, I just have this suspicion that there are different RP cultures in different MMOs. It's all good. Oh, hey. Oh, maple syrup. Nice. Hello, maple syrup.
Could end up being useful.
Yeah. Groups like Dramatis Personae help push the state of roleplay in WoW. It is like that in nearly all online experiences. Have to find the right people, yeah. In my experience, yes, TOH did have more RP. Cajun Knights! Wait! Yes! Dervish Pie! We were in the same mush together. This is supposed to be on Bear Island, so it's an island that's not connected to the mainland of Canada. And I don't know much about Great Bear Island in real life, but, you know, there apparently is badness happening. Also, I have a logging camp, so I feel
I'll be hungry later.
good about that. It was never the same. So maybe you'll find the HMS Terror or something, which would be, that would be cool. Look, I've got wood, and I would just like to carry it with me, but I feel like I shouldn't. Oh, speaking of wood, and that's a bad segue. I just realized I was attacked by a wolf often, and so I should probably see,
I think I can use this.
if I need to, should probably see if I need to repair my clothes, because I bet that I do. It's just a suspicion. Yeah, clothing repair is what I'm thinking, right? No, it's, yeah. Carrying 5 of you is not a thing survivalists tend to do because it's bulky and heavy. I know. So I'm going to, finish checking out this camp before I go and, you know, do the thing, patch the clothes and all that. So you want to know the game that I thought was always very interesting in terms of an MMO that I always thought was very interesting in terms of RP. And I did play it, like I did play it, but I didn't end up sticking with it or really getting into the thing where all of the, where it all happens, because that wasn't my thing. I'm not the biggest PvP person, you know, like that's not my, oh, hello, Stove, how are you? I am learning something about you. I'm not the biggest PvPer, to be honest. It's not like my biggest joy. Hey, what do you think's over here? I'm gonna just check this out. Hello. Can I, no? All right, fine. I didn't want fuel from you anyway. Eve Online. Eve Online is this game with like this crazy epic meta game where players sort of create this entire universe. It's like a whole thing. And I played it. It just didn't stick with me. You know? Chess is the best PvP game. Also, it's a musical. You know, just ooh, down
Don't need
vest.
this anymore.
No, because everybody's abandoned this place. I was less encumbered, and now I am more encumbered. Again. But, I'm gonna take Stacy's grape soda, and I'm gonna like it. Now, as well you should have One Night in Bangkok in your head. I approve.
Now we're cooking with gas.
I will take it. Yeah, so this is the thing I think about. I just think about, yeah. Like, I just think about, I don't need another lantern, but I will take some accelerant. Yeah. So, yeah, chess musical. Good times. Yeah, so I just kind of think about that. I think about, ooh, there's a dead body in here, everybody. I don't want to sleep here with a dead body. Yeah. The winner takes it all. So I'm going to leave this frozen body.
This stuff will come in handy.
Gonna just, also, I noticed there doesn't seem to be stoves in here, which is a little awkward. Oh, you know what I haven't done, by the way? By the way, chat, I have not saved the game. I'm very concerned about the fact that I've not saved the game. This is worrisome to me. I am just a little, but I've saved it now, so we're good. So we're fine. I cannot go into the porta potties because that would make it Silent Hill. Yeah. Yeah. I read all these things about EVE Online, like these like epic stories. Okay, well, fine. Fine. See if I care. I don't care. I'm just gonna have some Stacy's grape soda. See if I care. This game probably isn't on Switch, right? I don't know. No, first off, Marky Mark is God. Do not apologize for chatting. It makes me happy. I wanna hear what you had to say. So we're going to go this way. I don't know if there's Twitch etiquette. Look, this is a stream where I'm excited for people to talk all the time. So just say the things, and it's good. It will make me happy. I have no idea if it's on Switch. It doesn't look like that complicated of a game, though, right? Like in terms of graphics and all that. So I wonder if it's on Switch. We're pretty relaxed. Yeah. Yes. Stacy's got a gun and grape soda. Stacy's got a gun and grape soda. So I'm thinking, once we get to this cache, we can probably make it back to this logging spot and sleep there. Yeah, there's a lot out there that is surprised me. Yeah, right? Like, I imagine. Now, I'm busy sorting out box content and reloading Skyrim mods. Oh, wait. Okay, excuse me, real quick. Nope, real quick. Excuse me. Gun. Hi, how are you? And... Oh, I have no bullets. But I have bullets. How... I just, People, we've got a question. And that question is, how do I reload my gun?
Gotta stop that bleeding.
Yeah, I know you do. Yep, that is fair. So I am very excited about this blood loss. I think it's pretty great. I know. I didn't. I know. I mean, these like, oh, right. Let's do this. I need to make some of this tea. I'm kind of, you know. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna actually just take medication. I think I'd find a way to clean the gun. Oh, maybe you're right. Blood can be used to lube the barrel. Because like because I would like to reload this. Do you know what I mean? Like I would like to. Here, it's got use, right? Oh, hey, wait, there's a reload right there. I found it. I got it, everybody. We are cooking with gas. We are cooking with gas now, everybody. And I feel really good about my life. We've reloaded. If that wolf comes to hit me and murder me and in the night, I feel like we're gonna be great. Yeah, look, we just need to get that cache. I'm all patched up. I'm all patched up. I just have a sprain, a risk of a sprained whatnot, but who cares about that? Nobody. If only we had learned about reload, right? Oh, hey, look, there's another wolf. Why are these wolves here? Excuse me. Excuse me. Well, I missed, but I scared him off, so there's something. There's another one. Why are there so many wolves here? I don't like that. I'm gonna move. Yeah, the monster bear is... Oh, by the way, I'm still running my, I'm still running, that's so good. I'm still running my... I have a timer. I'm still running it. They do sense my impure thoughts. Also, I just want to get... There we go. I was kneeling. I was like, why am I moving so slowly? That monster bear is around, but instead of like going straight after the monster bear, I thought we should like, you know, check out the map a little bit more, learn more about the area before we got the monster bear, pick up the caches, and by the time we get back to the old trapper's place, I bet there are going to be rabbits for me, which I'm excited about. Yeah. Yeah, there's a... Canada seems great if not for the whole really, really cold thing. Also, poutine. I was aiming. So this is when you don't aim, it looks like this. So this is what it looks like when you don't aim. This is what it looks like when you do aim. So I have been aiming, but the problem, of course, is that when I get it in my sights, it just... Whoosh. The wolves live here. Oh, they need hugs. That's probably true. They probably just want love and hugs. Speaking of poutine, I could use some poutine. Also, I bet my clothes are so ripped up right now. You know what I mean? Like, I bet it's real bad. Like, this is just my feeling. Yeah. Also, I like that this game has like disclaimer before the game starts saying that wolves are not that dangerous, and that in real life wolves are probably not going to attack you. So like, do not take it out on the wolves. And I thought that was very interesting that they wanted you to know that wolves are not like, you know, bad. Do they believe in poutine in New England? There's a restaurant that has poutine. It's kind of like a bit of a shishi restaurant though. I wish there were poutine in this restaurant. Hey, what is this? Where are we? This is interesting. There's a road sign. I'm planning on stopping at like 9-ish, 9:15-ish. So there's another wolf. What is this? Oh, look at that. It's a logging truck space. So, I am very interested in that wolf. Yeah. So, I have a lot of bullets, so, we're gonna... Yeah. Like, I don't know, like maybe, 9:10, 9:15, something like that, and then I'm gonna eat food. I don't know. Yeah, look at all these things that I haven't explored. I'm glad that I'm exploring. That makes me happy, because... And let's see what we can do. In my sights. In my sights. It's fine. It's fine. Like it was, you know... I wonder if you can kill bears. I wonder if killing bears is even possible. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wonder, Well, we'll find out. Let's see. No, wait. Now, go. See, look at... Rifle jammed? Oh. Yeah. This is what happens. My rifle jammed. I don't like it. And it is not. Bears are immortal. Toronto's only like 8 hours away from everywhere in New England. I think that England is closer. What is... Oh, that's the lookout. Would you maybe stop attacking me? But it's fine. Ooh. Who? Hey, everybody. I just killed a wolf. I just killed a wolf, everybody. I just killed a wolf. And I have a question. And my question is, Are wolves delicious? I am going to take all of the meat, all of it. I'm gonna take all of it. I'm gonna take all of it. I'm gonna have wolf meat.
I'm not gonna be able to carry this load for much longer.
You know,
Dusk, so night can't be far behind.
you could be less, what does quartering do? I don't know what quartering does, but, okay, so it is dark. I'm carrying stuff, but I want, like, I'm so close to this cache, people. I just want to get the cache and then, I don't know, be somewhere. Oh, people, I have got food. I have got food. I cannot tell you how excited I am by this right now. Within minutes of killing, how cold? It's cold. Maybe that's why I was attacking. Yeah. Yeah, it took 3 hours for me to, it took 3 hours to get that going on. Yeah, I'm gonna, have some orange soda. I do need shelter, but I shouldn't want to cut into him, to tear the flesh, to wear the flesh, to be born into new worlds where his flesh becomes like he. What you do? I also just want to, if I just worked so hard to get to this cache, I just want to find the cache and loot it before I leave. Because I do need shelter. But, I figure, since I spent so long getting here, I might as well, you know. Yeah, I mean, this is, everything in this game turns so fast. It turns so fast. Nope, but there is a hidden cache.
Wonder if this is any good to eat.
Tomato soup, energy bar, lantern fuel, disinfectant. All right, people, we are going to go somewhere else now. We are in the middle of nowhere. I feel... Oh, you know what we're going to do? I think we can make it to the that lookout. There was a sign, right, that led to the lookout. So, I think that's what we do. I think we go to the lookout, and there's a bed there, and there's also a stove. So if we can just make it to the lookout, we will be good. I am certain... Well, I'm not certain of anything, but I suspect we might maybe be able to make it to the lookout from here. And that's good. There's a thin line. Yeah, it's not so dark that I need light yet. But look, if we can make it to the lookout from here, I'm going to be so excited. Prax, I was thinking about you. I was thinking about you because of ancient Rome. Why was I thinking about ancient Rome? Also, I suspect that I probably need to just wait till the very last minute to attack the wolves. That's another German film, the one where the Hitler Youth have to defend that one bridge. Oh, yeah. Yeah. There was like, no, why was I thinking about ancient Rome? I was thinking about ancient Rome for a reason, and I cannot remember what it is now, and that is distressing to me. Ooh. I am... What was it? Cracks, there was something ancient Rome. Wait. I might have it. What was it? Ancient Rome. The Republic? Oh, Prax, I know what it was. I remembered now. I remembered. No. I got it. I remembered what it is. I have it. I can tell you what it is now. So, in my, but I was thinking about ancient Rome for a specific reason. So I'm in this, I'm on this research leave, and one of the things I have to do for the research leave is go to a seminar every week where somebody presents on their work. And the woman who was presenting on her work this last week was talking about slavery in ancient Rome, but she was talking about she was talking about like this sort of about the anxiety around not being able to know. Like, you can have the slave's body, but you don't have their mind. So, like, you don't know if they are loyal to you or not inside. And so she was sort of, so it was about slavery in ancient Rome. And she did just like a bunch of like, stuff. It was very interesting. I was like, oh, I wish Prax were here because I bet she'd find it interesting. And that's what happened. The bridge. Oh, yeah. So I think I need to go up this way. I know it's late. I think I probably can put this gun away, which will make me a little bit faster. A little bit. But look, on the plus side, I'm not getting cold. I'm gonna just repair my. Look, people, I've got this. Right now, I'm feeling really good. I don't think any wolves are gonna try to murder me at this moment. I'm gonna make it to the lookout. I'm gonna be able to start a fire, cook some food. Although I don't actually know if I have materials for a fire. I'm a little concerned about that actually, because I've not been taking wood with me, so I'm a little concerned. Probably start with... Yes. There's a great series in ancient Rome up on Canopy, if anyone has access to... Oh. Ooh. Yes. Getting a little cold. All right. I'm just trying to get to... I'm getting tired, too. I'm getting a little cold, a little tired. Probably need to eat. Don't carry wood, trooper. Yeah, I could carry... And I have an axe. It's just that I clearly am not in a space where I'm going to find wood, and I need it. I just don't think I need to carry a torch right now. I feel like there are no wolves here, and I've got good visibility, and I don't want to use up my fuel. Because there are times it gets really dark. There's a paper in the look. Oh, yeah. That's true. Thank you. There is paper there. Okay, good. I'll be good. And I think I can probably rip up something. Like, there's probably like a shelf in there or something I could probably hack with an axe. If you can't see a wolf, is it even there? No, it is not. If you can't see it, it's not. That's a stone. More than just democracy dies in darkness. Also, maybe me. But look, I'm getting exhausted. Not me personally, but Mackenzie, and I'm sure he's going to start complaining about things because he is a complainer. That's one thing I can tell you about Mackenzie. He likes to complain. He's like, "Oh, you make me." I'm gonna break down the scrub brush. He's like, "You make me walk and you make me do things that I don't want to do. You never let me rest. You never let me eat. You never drink enough water. I just want to sleep and you won't let me." I mean, he's such a... he whines a lot. That's all I'm saying. If I was in this situation, playing with the least of it. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta, like, suck it up and drive on, as we would say in the army. Like, that's just it. Just... Huh. This is not the same lookout, everyone. This is a different lookout. This was not the one that I was expecting. And, that may not be ideal.
That'll come in handy.
Because, so we, yep. We're at the destroyed lookout. This is where we are, which is cool. we have, yeah, I am certain it's not the same one because this is the other lookout. The one that is not destroyed. So that's cool. Cool. We're gonna see what there is in this destroyed lookout, if there's anything for us here. Because if there is, I really thought we were at the other lookout, but it turns out we are not. Yeah, the question is, can I sleep is the big question. Is there a place for me to sleep? It's really all I need.
Could end up being useful.
Oh, cool. Sweet. I just got a lot of stuff. Yeah. This is what I'm thinking. Get a bit of a windbreak. Oh, I found out something neat about what people who were stationed in lookouts did when there were lightning storms before there were lightning rods. What did they do? I don't think I actually can climb up here. So I'm going to try to find a windbreak. I'm going to go back to where that other place was. Oh, actually, I can probably do it here. I did not bring my, yeah. Let's build a fire. And let's start a fire. They had special stools with glass insulators on the legs. They had to sit on the stool through the lightning storm. Oh, well, that's interesting.
Come on.
It didn't work. It didn't work. But I am in a windbreak, so... You know what? I like that other spot we were in a little bit better. That broken space. We're going to go over there. Yeah, I love finding out interesting details like that. We're going to go in here. And we're going to... Yeah, So... Folks, we have learned new things. We're in a new place. We're gonna do our best. We're gonna do our best. Let's hope. Yeah, so this is a windbreak. We can build here. He's so tired. Fire. Here we go. Let's build a fire.
Name game.
What? The name game. Come on, everybody. I say now let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name. Stop yawning when I'm trying to... Sorry about that. He was yawning and being really rude, which I totally do not even approve of in any way. I am not even about it. We're also going to do that. And if you don't mind real quick, I just need to cook some food or I might die. As we speak here, it's just going to be a little bit of cooking of raw meat. And then I'm going to finish the name game. I just want the raw meat to be, you know, doing its thing. Just a little bit of raw meat. Yes. So, as I was saying, the name game. Come on, everybody. It's hard to snap with a wrist brace, and I'm not a good snapper with my right hand. I said, now let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name. I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F. Or an M will appear. And then I say bo at a B. Then I say the name. Then banana, fanner, and foe. Then I say the name again with an F, very plain. Then a fee, fi, and a mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can't rhyme. But if the first two letters are ever the same, I drop them both and say the name like Bob. Bob dropped the B's, Bo, Arb, or Fred. Fred, drop the F's for red. Oh, Mary, Mary, drop the M's mo airy. That's the only rule that is contrary. Barantor, 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 Bo Arantor, Banana Fana, Fo Farantor, Fee Fi, Mo Marantor. Barantor, Barantor, 24 months in a row, 25 total. That is insane. Also, inventory management, yes. Yeah, we're gonna just like be right in here. Right, a little indirect heat. I'm gonna eat some stuff. So, by the way, head slaps. Do you know what is I would like to go to sleep, but I feel like I should wait till this wolf meat is ready. Also, I really feel like I should be able to make some like tea. Oh, I apparently can make a torch. Interesting. 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 But let me just prepare some reishi mushrooms while we're here, because I need to do that. Oh, yes. Look. Okay, so look. Now we've just done that. Gonna just craft a little bit. I'm gonna look. He's going to go to bed. This is a true statement. 100% true. It's just that he has to eat. You know, like this is a thing. Yeah, I'm looking at 5 minutes until I'm ready. Is it? You know, I don't know if it is safe to eat scavenger meat, but we're just gonna do it because we're just gonna. Ooh, listen to all those. Listen to those wolves. Not wolves. Owls. I hope Mackenzie has a. Oh, hey, that one looks done. Let's just eat it. 770 calories. That's looking pretty good. This one is also done. And I'm also going to eat it. And look at me, folks. I am feeling delicious. I'm feeling awesome. I am going to actually. Oh, I would put more. No, I can't cook these things because they'll burn. They'll burn while I'm sleeping. You know what? I'm going to, since I'm here, I'm gonna just, I'm gonna cook it. I am. I also, because, I feel like it's probably better not to have raw meat on me if I can avoid it. So, it, like, I'm, you know, I just think I have to do that. Also, while I'm here, I might as well drop the intestines and the guts, like, you know, the... Oh, hey, even though I should be sleeping, I just realized, you know what I can do? Cured leather. Let's drop this for a moment. I can fix my clothes, because you know my clothes are a problem. You know I'm in a bad way with all of my life right now. And I'm just gonna, like, look at that. I've been chewed on by a wolf a lot, and I'm just gonna fix that. This is what I'm gonna do. And then maybe I will go to sleep if I feel like it. If I feel like it. We'll see. Because, you know, Cannibal Wolves sounds like a Detroit punk band. Speaking of Detroit punk bands, I believe Death was like a very early proto-punk band. A bunch of like oh, interesting. A bunch of oh, that's not as good. Well, could be. Repair time too long. Oh, hey. Ooh, let me just take this, and let me just take this too, and then while we're here, why don't I just finish up that last wolf meat while I'm here, and why don't I also I would like to make some more rosehip tea. Oh, I probably just do that here, right? Like I cook. No. I want to make more rosehip tea. How do I do it? How do I do it? Did you ever get used to Celsius? No, I never really did. My Euro home base is Italy, and I've never gotten a handle on Celsius, and I know that I should, but I haven't. Oh, politician in my eyes! Okay, Marky Mark is God. Come on now. This is getting ridiculous. That's such a great song. You have excellent taste. I'm going to... how do I make the tea? I want to make new tea. How do I do it? I think this might be it. This is it, everybody. This is it. This is it. I got it. I need reishi mushrooms. That's it. Got it. It's under crafting. The documentary makes me... Oh, yeah. So I found it. I had to put the tin can in there, and that did it. So I found it. So, like, under crafting, you sort of cut up the mushrooms, but then you gotta do that. But I feel good about my life right now. That's good times. Also, I know I still have to repair more things. Yeah. But yeah, Death is really good. You know what I think about, like, Death and the Stooges, right? Are like from the same place, right? And I just think about that quite a lot. I don't think I need to eat more right now, but I should probably also save my game at some point, and I should probably have him go to sleep. Yeah. Anyway, Prax, let me take this. All I'm saying is that you would be really interested in... you would be very interested in... Let's have more mushrooms. Oh. I think I wanted... Oh, I don't have water. Really? That's weird. But it's fine. I'll deal with it. I'll deal with that. I have a hard time believing that I'm actually out of water. Oh, apparently I am. Well, all right. Apparently. So, let's just save while we're here. Let's just save, because I feel like we haven't really... By the way, I feel like even though we have been avoiding the mission, technically, I feel like we've done a really good job of, you know, like, I think we did a really good job. I feel like we've done a lot. We killed a wolf. I feel very... Ooh, hey, speaking of, why don't I just, pick up this, reclaimed wood? Oh, y'all, I've been watching some videos on, K-pop, recently. Some stuff on K-pop, and I was like, oh, this is very, very interesting stuff. And let me just take my wolf meat. And, I just saved because I was, a little worried about that. You know, I suspect that I can probably go to sleep. I'm gonna go to sleep. Can I do that? I don't know if I can. Because I don't have a bedroll. Snow shelter. Oh gosh, no, I can't. Nope. I cannot sleep. You know what this means? It means I need coffee. That's what this means. I'm going to be here, and I'm going to, yeah, that's what it is. We're gonna have to make some coffee so that we don't, yeah, I am going to repair this to see if it's better. K-pop is for real. Definitely get weird Motown vibes. Oh, absolutely. By the way, your turn, my turn. Can I tell you that I appreciate something that you said? I appreciate... Let's take it. I appreciate that you compared it to Motown because people like to be like, oh, it's so weird. Like, how weird is that? Like, they get really weird and kind of racist about K-pop. They're all like so controlled. And I was like, actually, it's very similar to a lot to Motown. Let's see. I'm going to do a cup of coffee. Yes, cup of coffee is what I'm gonna do. So yeah, it's very similar to Motown. Like it's the Motown factory. It's not like they're not like, and actually, it's a lot. It's you know what it reminds me about. Yeah, it's just how boy bands work. Yeah, yeah. Like, do you think that NSYNC was not like all of them, right? All of them. So that's the. I made the tea and I just put it in my backpack. I didn't actually take it with me. Also, when I was watching it, what it really reminded me of, more so than Motown, although that too. Let me just drink this. It reminded me a lot of the studio system. Okay, so I'm not as tired, so that's great. My campfire's dying out, which is less great. And yeah. Let me leave it. Ooh, I'm carrying a lot, everybody. Just in case you were wondering. I'm going to take everything. And we need to go. We can't stay here. Even though I'm exhausted, but we have to. It's really dark though. I would like to sleep. By the way, says Prax, Heaven's Night is one really into K-pop and speaks really about the politics and music arrangements. Ah, ooh. Yeah, I was watching a bunch of stuff on racism in K-pop. A lot of blackface. Just reading a bunch of stuff and about like Alex Reed. Okay, now it's dark. Yeah, you know what we're gonna have to do? We're gonna have to pass the time a little bit. That's what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to pass the time. We're gonna do like 6 hours, probably. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, thank you for the time check because I cannot see it. Thank you. Maybe it's time to save again. Start. Yeah. If you want an interesting, check out the reality TV show that's based on Lee Hyori's house. Ooh. Ooh.
Thank goodness.
Ah,
Made it through another night.
there we go. And now I can move. I'm a little hungry, but it's okay because I have got food that I can eat. Gotta run. My right is here. Ooh, where are you going? Oh, Ethiopian. Ooh. Wait. You cannot go yet. I'm sorry to keep you here a little bit longer. Marky Mark is God. Do you know Blue Nile? Because you know over there on what is it? Fairfax, La Brea is where Little Ethiopia is, and they've got some amazing Ethiopian restaurants. And I'm just curious as to what some of your faves are. I would be interested to know. I'm curious. Because, yeah. Grandpa Biden says I can go to... Oh, first off, I just want you to know that I am jealous that you get to go to the Blue Nile and that I do not. Because I would really, really like to go to the Blue Nile. Because the Blue Nile is delicious. That is a great Ethiopian place. And I am jealous. I'm just gonna note it that I'm jealous. My wife worked at Blue Nile, but oh. Yeah. I want to go to Blue Nile now. I enjoyed the Blue Nile quite a lot. But for the record, I am jealous that you get to have Ethiopian food right now and that I don't. And I am going to just take that pain, the pain deep in my heart, in my soul, and suffer. I don't know how I'll get over it. Yeah, the entire Fairfax area. So, people like to talk smack about LA, but I'm going to tell you what, LA has got amazing food. CD says if you're vaxxed, you don't have to wear masks anymore. Now, that said, I'm still going to wear, push it down into a bitter little ball. Yeah, I'm still going to wear a mask. Personally, I'm still going to wear a mask going out because I don't, like, I know that people can be, like, people don't know that I'm vaccinated. Do you know what I mean? Ooh, hey, guess what? It looks like I probably cannot get out this way. I mean, I could get out this way, but it would probably involve me being dead. So, let's not do that. Do you think I could get up here? LA has got some great food. They still recommend wearing masks in confined spaces and say that business can still enforce it. Okay, peace out. Anyway, enjoy your Ethiopian. Absolutely enjoy it. And I will think on how I would like Ethiopian right now and how I don't have it. That's what's gonna happen. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, and just try to, but also, people don't know if I've been vaccinated or not, right? Like they don't know if oh. Yeah, and I don't want to, I just don't want to, but also, oh, here's the thing. Here's something super fascinating. Guess what, everyone? I just read a little article. The flu, we have almost no flu right now. All the precautions that people have been taking not to get COVID has basically meant that we just, like, we don't have the flu. That's what it is. That people have, I mean, of course the flu exists, but what I mean is that everybody being like masked and social distancing means that the flu is not, we don't have the flu season is basically not a thing. I mean, you see what I'm saying. So apparently that's like one of the, not only is the flu not really a thing, but we've like walked back on some pollution stuff. One would hope that this would mean folks would mask up when they have the flu from here on out, but I'm not holding my breath. Yeah, me too. I hope they would too. Also, I need to leave. I think I came this way. Right? Like this is the way I came? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, right? Yeah. Oh, thank you, right? Because, yes, plus kids did not bring it home over the holiday. Yeah. So, here I am, deciding to leave. I'm moving a little slowly because I'm carrying things down and to the left. Thank you. I'm heading this way. Also, I'm super exhausted. Here. Let's just have another cup of coffee. Just gonna... What was I drinking? Yeah, coffee. Yeah, I'm gonna I started at like what, 6:15, 6:13, so I feel like I can go 5. But while I'm trying to walk down this hill to where the wolf ate me. Oh, you know what? Hey, wait, I have an idea. Wait, I have an idea. My idea is I'm going to go back to that shelter, and while I'm chatting with you, I'm gonna repair my stuff. I might have a small trading store. It's just like a little bit. Here. So, you have no idea how many thoughts I've been having, by the way. Like, I've been having a lot of thoughts. And you don't have to. I reviews. Okay. No. I'm just. I'm at it. Nothing here is better. It doesn't look like. No. All right. So we are going to harvest. Just harvesting. It's gonna make things way less. But I'm gonna do it. I'm leaving. But harvest. I wonder if I should have repaired that. Nope. I'm not even thinking about it. Not thinking about it. Just going to not think about it. That's it. What did you know? I think it's tendonitis is what I think it is. I don't think I just think I've got some tendonitis. So right now I'm not going to a doctor, but I'm like doing my stretches, and I've got my ice pack, and I'm just making sure I do it, 3 times a day, and worn work gloves. I imagine none of these things are as good as my new ski gloves. So these are apparently wet, which is awful. I'm just going to harvest everything. Look, I'm harvesting things so that I'm carrying less stuff. Yeah, once you betray the king in yellow, you have no idea what happens. Yeah, as for the anti-inflammatory, that's what I really need to do. But I'm taking an ibuprofen. I'm like taking an ibuprofen. There might be like a better anti-inflammatory that I could take, but I'm like I'm trying to be responsible, is what I'm trying to do. So, yeah, I hope I don't harvest. Also, if I had the thing with me, then I would oops. If I had the, what do you call it? If I had the if I had a bedroll with me, try a roll on biofreeze. Oh, ooh, Coldrake, that's a good idea. I'm gonna go get some biofreeze. This is what I will do. I will do that. And let me harvest biofreeze. Yes, I'm going to get some biofreeze because that is definitely 100% what a person needs. That is a true statement. Because yes, you're from the Bay Area, of course, is a better anti-inflammatory. Naproxen sodium, aka Aleve. Oh, get Aleve. Okay. Because I don't have Aleve. I've got like just generic ibuprofen. But I'm gonna get some Aleve. I will get Aleve, and then I will get some biofreeze. Yes. Hey everybody, look at this. I've repaired everything from my... I'm also apparently super tired. And the thing is, I just don't think I can just sleep. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think that, like, I would sleep, but, like, it does not give me... I pulled a muscle in my shoulder on my birthday, so I was taking a lot of leave the other day and hanging out with people. Yeah, I really, really, really need to, I need more water. Voltaren gel works for your mother? Oh. Okay, folks, let me save. I'm gonna save. Before I actually quit, we're gonna just look at the map and think about how it's getting dark, and think about our life. Like this, we're gonna think about our life right now. Like, we are here. We really need to get here to this lookout. That's where we really, really need to go, or to the, but I don't think we can get to this lookout from this destroyed lookout. I think we can't. I don't think that's possible. I think we're probably gonna have to make it to this logging camp. And I'm really tired about how exhausted we are. I'm really kind of concerned about how exhausted we are right now. But I'm not gonna worry about that right now. I'm gonna worry about not that. That's what I'm gonna do. Let me confirm. Mr. LaForge, why isn't my ship moving? The Voltaren gel leaked all over the engineering, Captain. Yeah. I worked in the yard for 8 hours, straight hours. Aleve kept me from turning into a bent up. Oh yeah, Aleve. I should get Aleve. Aleve and biofreeze and Voltaren gel. Let me quit out so I actually get access to my cursor so that I can write this down. Let me write this down because I will forget it, because that is kind of my life a little bit. Let me do this. All right. I need to write this down. Write down. Firewatch. Ooh, your turn, my turn. We played Firewatch. It was really good. You think I can go due east? I hope so. But the problem is that I didn't see a way out of the mountain, and that the path I took puts me out on the back side of the mountain, on the west side of the mountain, which is tricky, tricky, tricky. Oh, thank you, Prax. Thank you. So I'm gonna say Voltaren gel, Terran gel, and biofreeze, and Aleve. Boom. That's not how you spell Aleve, but whatever. Aleve has an A in it. There. Okay. Didn't they lose all those when some kind of organic virus? Oh, are you talking about the gel? So here's what's up, y'all. I love you all. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for hanging out. Today is Thursday. In an hour, I'm going to go and host Critical Role on my channel. So if you want to watch Critical Role in a chat room that does not have 20,000 people in it, then you can... Am I frozen? Tiger Bomb. No, good, I'm not frozen. Although I look strange. Sorry. I look sweaty is what it is. Tiger Bomb. Ooh. Voltaren is the best stuff on the market right now. Just made it to over the counter recently. But you have oh. Voltaren gel. Huh. Okay. All right. So what was I thinking? Right. Yes. I'm going to be hosting... I'm going to see if there's going to be interesting to raid, but I'm hosting Critical Role if you want to hang out with us here. Tomorrow is Friday, so you can catch me at 7 p.m. Eastern for the penultimate episode of City of Light and Shadow for this season. Pretty sure we're going to have a season 4. I don't have it 100% confirmed with the cast, but I'm pretty sure because they're already talking about the things they want to do next season, so I feel like we're good. Also, we're going to raid Wandering DM, by the way. That's who we're going to raid because Simon is awesome and I want to do that. You can get it at Costco, including the extra strength. Oh, okay. I'm gonna look it up. That's Friday. Saturday is my last day of jamming 2 games back to back. From 2 to 5, you can find me on Table Story, where I will be GMing episode 2 of here's Wandering DM. Thank you. Episode 2 of Midsummer Mysteries, which I'm very excited about. That's with like PB and Pumpkin and Bonsai Baby and Draconics and also Murgles. And then from 6 to 9 is the part 3 of the 3-parter for Tachyon Squadron, which is from 6 to 9, and that's over at Weave the Tale. And then on Sunday, from 1 to 4, 1 to 5, 1 to 5, 1 plus 4 is 5, 1 to 5. On Sunday from 1 to 5, you can catch me over on Roll For It for Last Ditch of 40K. That's a little 4-parter. And that's where you can find me this week. That's where you can find me this week. So I'm going to go heat up some food, and I feel like we're going to do a raid. So don't forget our raid command, if you don't know it, which is an art joke because there's something wrong with me, and that's just life. And we're gonna go and raid Simon, and let's go give Simon some love. And Nino's there as well. So we're gonna give some love. So I want to thank you all for being here. You all are the best, and I will see you probably tomorrow or whenever the next time I can catch you. And I will catch you all on the flip side. Thank you, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Bye. And I'll see you at Critical Role. Bye, everybody.